It's on 360p.
That's fine. I just reset the router, so. Feel like we can hinted at something. Take your seats, your rightful place. And Stode's not getting up from that seat until we beat this game, or she has to go to the bathroom. We don't want to clean up after messes.
I don't know how you sit in this chair.
I don't, and hopefully I will be getting myself a new one of these days.
Anyways.
Okay, thumbs. Find a seeker. You want any more dinner rolls?
What?
Any more?
No.
Are you not hungry?
I'm good.
Sure?
You should get the dick out of your mouth while you're trying to reach out. Anyways. Hi, Mudkip. Alright, we're on Chaos Protocol, the 30th of the Astral Moon.
I am chaos. I am the dinner roll.
Jesus Christ. Ninja has a dinner roll stuffed in his mouth.
I'm cleaning up.
What?
I'm cleaning up.
What flavor of penis is in your mouth? Hawaiian roll flavored.
Hawaiian sweet.
Hawaiian sweet rolls. Huh. Hi, Simon.
Hi, sorry.
Hi, Simon. Oh yeah, they updated it for Christmas. From rags to riches. Innkeep, surprise! Hey, Millie's back!
Hey, that's the title. Ah, there we go. Fits the title. The title is Where Detective. Their detective.
Their detective. Nice to see that you're back. Is Fable with you? No, should they be? They were looking for you. They aren't a very good detective then. I'm happy to see you're well, Melly.
I heard you talking shit about somebody that's trying
right?
Went out to save you.
Right. Everyone was very worried about you. Why? I'm great at taking care of myself. You are, but where have you been all this time? Investigating things, obviously. Like the flood. My investigation led me to Morla. Or more like, they did. Nico, Voy, and Hex, I mean. I followed them to Morla. They were talking about mysteries and puzzles, and I'm trying to solve a mystery, so I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by. You're lucky. People usually pay a lot of money to spend time with me. Why? But because I'm, like, famous. But I didn't go there because of you. I was following clues. Okay. I stayed outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time. Where's Hex anyway? You know, doing wizard things.
Like arson?
Because I'm famous, is that what they're calling it now? That would have been fun, but instead he chose to study.
I mean, he's a wizard. Using fireball is like paramount.
Fair. He immediately wanted to check out the spells we found, though he seemed pretty disheartened. How come? Not sure, I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him. What would that be? Me? Never mind.
Yeah, Voy is Mohawk easily.
Except Mohawk doesn't get, like, baffled.
No, but he'll do the aww.
Yeah. Aw.
That's all I need whenever it's like me. Aww.
He told us to keep an eye out for any time magic razzle-dazzle, but we found nothing. At least you managed to get inside and return safely. Yeah, the way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulling off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be a merchant. Taught.
By the way, L3. That's off keyword.
But.
But what, Splode?
But I can't read. Stole some guy's coat and face and used his reputation to secure us a boat ride to Morla. Said I wanted to meet with a real estate agent from the Magocracy to buy the island. I told them to pick us up in a week or so. By then we'd be far gone. What happened once you reached the island? I'm quite intrigued. Before we tell you anything, I'd like a drink. Something that goes down like honey and will make my poetry flow like a wild river. Nothing easier than that. One spoken heart coming right up. Todd. Okay. That was the quietest meow I've ever... Meow. Stuck. Meow.
Come to me.
Ah, right. I guess we could do 1,000 wins as well.
But what goes down like honey, Splode?
Honey?
Like a sunny breeze. Thinking of something more viscous.
We don't know how thick these drinks are.
Fair. I mean, how thick you need them?
This says it's great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals.
Yo, can I get like 20 of those?
Bro knows what's the word viscous means. He does, remarkably.
Yo, it's a cooking term. I need to know that.
It's also a geology term.
And a science.
It's an earth science term. I was very good at earth science. I like the rocks.
Yo, you should meet this individual. They like rocks too. Tell you a lot about rocks. And the cleavage of rocks.
The cleavage of rock.
It's an actual term.
That's crazy. I also like rocks. I keep forgetting that we're supposed to like show off each other, like our rocks to each other.
You show me yours if I show you mine?
Yeah. Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. Cleavage? Quite presumptuous. I don't know what it means, and at this point I'm afraid to ask. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Can we move on to the story now? You got somewhere to be? Nah, but I'm getting bored. We got to Morla, an island so small it's basically the tower's wild backyard. I could do a rock show and tell for you, Splode. Yeah, we'll have to plan a night.
Just not Saturday. We're busy.
Just not Saturday. Yeah.
Maybe. Or Friday.
We'll figure it out. As I walked between the crystalline roses, I expected to see secret passageways hiding behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose. Wow, you're busy? Kind of, huh?
Why didn't you? Spud's working also.
Yeah, I work, and depending on how things go, we might have plans, but I guess we can always keep you updated. I thought you wouldn't like it. I would have. Oh, okay, that's, moving on. No, Splode, that's okay. I'll never be mad at you. Well, I appreciate that. What's wrong over there, Mr. Big Sigh?
Let's sigh.
Listen. The tower itself reached so high I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself. It was really tilted at about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. The bricks were still wet. I'm sure the tsunami shook its foundation. Would think the waves would have done us a favor and knocked down the door, but nope. That locked door was the first challenge. Iniko lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Skill issue? Broke? Skill issue, bro. The door ate my lockpicks. Yeah, what's wrong, Mr. Busy?
Yo, Iniko is so sieve.
A door mimic. A classic first step to securing your establishment. You talk like you've seen one before. Have you ever tried to open my door when the inn's closed? No? If you do, don't use any lockpicks, and take care of your fingertips. So how did you get inside? By charming it. Hex forgot his spellbook and couldn't get the arcane unlock spell to work, an actual spell.
Yeah.
And obviously it wouldn't let us in just like that. So I decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, that was amazing, bro. Your fancy tunes are the GOAT. I was nervous. I'd never played in front of a mimic before, so I wasn't sure what their taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional, something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Who would have thought it'd literally melt? Yeah. I began playing the first tune and the lock started weeping before I reached the chorus. Tears were streaming down its face, and if they were very hot or made of acid, the door melted away. And as if they were very hot or made of acid, the door melted away. Afterwards, the lock lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing and thanking me for my performance. That's not a very sturdy lock. It just sounds very in touch with its emotions. We stepped over the door's remains and into the tower. It was so much taller and bigger on the inside. Hi, Sharp.
Hi, Sharp.
Like a pocket dimension. So freaking cool. Except a tower can't really fit in your pocket. Bet. Hex walked ahead. Guy was really distracted. He didn't even listen to my poem about the symbiotic relationship between axe and door. For a long time, we didn't encounter anything, just a long hallway. No doors, only a bunch of strange paintings. Hi, Sharp. Sharp. Is that a tower in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Both. Hi, Sharp. Oh, wait, that's me. Of course, most hallways can't go on forever, so eventually we reached a staircase. After what felt like 5.5 minutes. Eternity. Meanwhile, I was outside investigating the flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar, like it was all from another world. It goes. The colors were different, very blue and almost spectral. And there were a lot of spider webs, or yarn, not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet. Who could have guessed there were pressure plates on those stairs? What drinking? I taste?
I drink a drink that Spud will not let me give to you. If you get a random message in chat, know that it's trying to type.
Boop. Your nose is all cold. You okay? I wasn't paying attention and was too careless. One wrong step and a pressure plate triggered an explosion and clonk! The whole staircase began crumbling down into a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, starting from the bottom.
Start from the bottom, now we're here.
What's your baby? Right here. Such soft meows. I rushed upwards to safety away from the weird wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, I'd be mush. He grabbed my hand and pulled me up. But he isn't really the strongest, so we almost tumbled down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them to fall to their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down to grab Hex by his collar and pulled both him and Boy back up. Thank you for saving us, Nico. No problem, boy. Don't get used to it. Didn't you expect a trap like that? After all, a great wizard would want to protect their treasure. I guess we were a little distracted by all the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly higher around the tower's inside walls. We lost Hex at the bottom in the first row of books. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof. There was still primordial water dripping from somewhere above. We couldn't make out the ceiling, tried to reach it though. The second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door, and all 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or painting or rusty old locks. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful murals. Each of them depicted a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favorite. Watching Hex look at books was like reading a thriller. Huh?
No.
Oh, I thought you said something.
I burped. I muffled thine burp.
Well, not good enough.
Got it. No, sign belch. Take ownership. Be proud.
Yeah. Better out than in. Couldn't even hear the burp. 0 out of 10.
There.
Almost every second book was rigged with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quickly. Something Fibonacci, I don't know.
Fibonacci's good.
Baby. Once I was able to pry myself from the murals, I started looking for spell things. I knew Hex was most interested in those, and you help when you can. I didn't. I mostly looked at the small treasures lying around. The wizard had this really cool staff with a chonker of a gemstone embedded on the top. It is Civ. Heckin' chonkers. Imagine the damage I could do with that. But I also found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look.
We got a plant.
Where?
In the back between the two. Between Boy and Iniko.
It's been there.
It just... Anyway. Or it was like by the plant anyway.
Can you point it out to me?
In between them.
The planter?
Yeah, it like shined.
Oh, that's been there though. What is this? A weather jar. Duh. It shows what the weather is like in another realm. I see. Let me guess. Avalon? I knew you'd get it. I found some spell scrolls. One of them had golden runes on it. Hex liked that one, but he didn't love it, you know? Then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside, neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and all that. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so I called for him. As soon as I mentioned an oddly floating scroll, he came sprinting upwards, staring at the glass case.
What?
Apple?
Apple.
Look at my baby.
Still can't crush it with my bare hands.
He already had another scroll tucked into his coat. Honestly, I was expecting him to be carrying half the library at that point. Well, I've got plans to hang out with pals, so I'm out for a bit. Alright,
oh,
bye.
Look at you, who's busy now. I see how it is.
Knight, don't talk too much shit about me while I'm gone. Splode, you can say whatever you want about me.
Standard. She just said not too much. Not don't.
I think Tot unlocked your keyboard.
Tot did very much unlock my keyboard.
Oh, but look at her. Well, you're gonna talk shit regardless, so goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. But I guess that would have been too heavy for him. Of course, the stupid glass case was also a puzzle. Had no lock, no lid, nothing. This glass in a gold frame. Mudkip has friends? Is this too much shit? Goddamn Nightmare.
Approved.
The scroll itself was glowing a promising blue. I suggested breaking the glass. Hex gave me his finest death glare. So he investigated the puzzle himself. While they were doing boring side quests, I made sure to stuff my pockets. Found a jeweled silver paperweight shaped like a bird that'll make for a great blunt weapon. Hex was too scared we'd destroy the scroll by triggering another contraption, so he suggested we look around in the adjacent rooms. The riddle doors. Hex only had to look at them for a mere second before figuring them out. Apparently all those murals and runes were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library. So he made us search for it. It was tricky. We didn't want to trigger the book traps after all. It was like the library knew that what would tempt us the most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, and romantic poetry. And I saw books about burglary and fraud. Even had to tackle you to the ground one time so you wouldn't blow us all up. Who can resist a good scheme? It was kind of exciting, seeing Hex hop up and down the stairs looking for the right books. First password was password, the second password was passwords past the password. And the third one was passwords past the password's password. You wish, but no. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy to crack. Good for you. The first room was an alchemy lab full of apparatuses that I've never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left along with us anyway. Wouldn't let me taste any though. The nerd was more interested in the study hidden behind the second door. He was really determined to crack all of that old wizard's mysteries. We helped where we could, but listen, I only have like 3 brain cells. The soundscape of the tower was kind of depressing. Silence broken only by the dripping of water and the creaking of old wood. So I sweetened it with a song. It was very easy to get into the flow with that bomb music, Voyo. Thank you. Hex didn't find a key to the little glass case, but he at least found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe he can find how to open it using that. My baby. That'd be nice. He was pretty beaten up about everything though. Yeah, I couldn't find what he was looking for. Not in the third room? No. That one was a gym. Didn't know wizards worked out. Maybe it was just a distraction from the hidden vault. A hidden vault? Anything good in there? Oh yeah, more than our arms could carry. A bunch of artifacts, most of them probably cursed, which makes them even cooler. But Innkeep, you don't even know the funniest part yet. Enlighten me. The whole time the wizard had a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't even think about checking for it. I did, but I wanted them to find it for themselves. When they left the tower, I was at the beach with Jade. She had arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks. She helped us heave all the loot onto her boat. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day. There's one thing that doesn't make sense in this equation, though. That would be Iniko, Boy, and Hex traveled alone. Well, except for me, they're stowaway. Yet, I found a fresh set of footprints by the coast before Jade ever arrived. Like there was a fifth person on the island. Maybe someone was there shortly before us. We didn't even notice, lol. Just like we didn't notice Melina. I'm sorry for staying hidden for so long. Don't apologize. I think it just proved your skills as a detective. We got a lot to learn from you. What a story. Can't wait to share it with Archie. I'll be on my way now. Gotta check up on Hex and make sure he didn't accidentally take a book mimic home. You coming with Nico? Sure thing. So long and goodbye, innkeeper, but first.
Yeah, explode.
We have new info on Boy. Apparently his hegemon also doubles as a magic teleportation device, and it can open the ethereal weave. Luckily, he's safe as long as he plays the right notes. Slowly but steadily, he's getting over his stage fright, learning how to use his skills. I hope Grace and I get tickets to his next concert. I'll try not to. And we have more information about Hex. He even explored an abandoned wizard tower to look for lost or maybe forbidden spells. According to his accomplices, he was rather fixated on inspecting every piece of loot as if it was looking for something particular. A spell to protect his sister, maybe? Now it's just you and me, innkeeper. Indeed. I'm glad you're back. You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped. I was just investigating. Without telling anyone? I don't need to tell anyone where I'm going. Explode. You see the arcane sex scenes?
Spoilers?
I haven't seen the newest season yet, but I've heard about it.
You did? I haven't heard shit.
Apparently it was supposed to be a lot longer. I didn't realize the flash was on. I'm so sorry.
Swell's out here taking photos of her cat.
She's sleeping so nicely.
On my keyboard.
He'll be in the animals.
Explode?
Yeah.
Why are apples so divine?
I don't know. Have you tried one with peanut butter?
But why ruin a perfectly good apple?
Doesn't ruin it, it enhances it. Hoping for a director's cut. I mean, the internet will probably help with that. People care about you, Melly. They get worried if they don't know where you are. Oh. I'm not used to that. But I care about people too, like you. That's good to hear. Melly! Oh, that's right. His name is Dave right now. His name is Dave. Hi, Aura.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Oh, that name is so outdated. You're back. I am. Did you miss me? I feel like that got mixed up, but...
Huh?
Did I? I was just very worried. What? You called me Melly. What about it? You've never done that before. Even Jinx didn't change her name this much.
What?
I don't understand that.
Jinx was powder.
No, I get that. Oh, 'cause it's him. Got it. I got it. I'm sure I have. You even said you never call me Melly. I'm just glad you're back. Welcome back to my tavern, Dave. That's a cute one. Yeah, I got it. On my latest quest. Dave, you made a good choice. I also went on a quest. Well, at first I wanted to find the moon swamps. You know, the mysterious magical swamp that is said to be magically hidden and only appears in foggy but starry nights. I heard they're somewhere in the moon swamp near the portal to the Twilight Chasm. And did you find anything? No. I did find some weird way markers made of bones that seemed to lead somewhere. They had "Do Not Touch" written on them, and the paint even seemed fresh, so it looked like the perfect clue. But then, suddenly, there were just gallons of water everywhere. Luckily, I got away quick, and since I was already there, as Fasoa's best detective, it was my duty to discover the flood's origins. Well, at first I was more of a stowaway than a detective, and I also couldn't figure out what... Don't storm off on like that ever again, you understand? I was so worried and no one knew anything about your whereabouts. Now. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. It's just, I haven't cared about anyone in so long. And with you and Fable both suddenly gone, I didn't know what to do. I thought you didn't care. After you went away, even though I asked you to be more careful. I thought maybe you didn't want to be my trusty assistant after all. So I went to investigate alone. I'm sorry for leaving. It's alright. I'm used to people leaving and not coming back. I do care, Melly. I'm just kind of new to this whole honesty thing. I'm kind of new to this whole empathy thing. Yeah, I figured. If you'd like, I could fix you a drink to help you find your words again. Don't know if I'm up for trading another secret in exchange. It's on me today. You've got enough to worry about. So let me see what I can do for you.
You think he wants a spoken word? This is all she did the last week while you were gone.
My baby. Make sure I got it right. Yeah.
More photos to come in channel. Hey Spud, can I see that photo when you're done?
I'm changing it. Enjoying your magical liquid eloquence. Doesn't taste that bad. This might actually help. So, your quest? Jade said you were stranded on Morla? Yep. I followed 3 very suspicious looking fellows and somehow ended up on that island. I always run into wizards and magic when I'm out on adventures. And traps. Magical traps everywhere.
Just be careful.
You can crop it.
Not really.
Here. Sounds very dangerous. A detective's always seeking thrills. I'll make sure to be careful, I promise. It's not about that. I know you know how to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have solved the T-Rex case. Heh. But don't keep putting your own life at risk in exchange for a quick adventure. Luckily, nothing major happened this time. This all could have ended very differently. I know. All I'm saying is, don't disappear again. Please. You're not alone anymore. You don't have to do everything all by yourself. Like, you're one to talk. Decision guy. Ninja. Ninja.
What?
Do you even know what happened in the last few minutes?
No, I was trying to erase something. All I'm saying is... Okay. I'm gonna go with Dave. Go the tough love route.
Even though they're guilty themselves. Both of you are. But you two have also made a lot of progress already. And I'm glad both of you made it back safely. Heard anything from Fable yet? No, not yet. What about Carlin? She came back after the flood. Currently, she's investigating some undead sightings in the Pale Woods. Do you know when she'll be back? No, but the two of you can wait here for her if you want. Yes, please. I want to stay until Carlin comes back. Alright, I'll keep you company. How about I spice up your wait with another drink? I'll pass. Oh, but I'd like one, please. Of course. Do you want anything specific? That whole adventure was pretty exhausting. Maybe something to combat my mental tiredness. Oh.
Hi, Todd. Yes, what?
She's... I was like, I wonder if I could reach under her and press the button. Right, it's on this side?
Yeah, it's L3 on the keyboard.
Hey, baby. Good morning. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
You sure?
So anytime you hit a key, the S on the keyboard should light up. sheet on it, but regardless, you should be fine.
Alright, let's get the microphone back. My baby. Go sleep now. It's okay.
Go to sleep, little tot.
You see the tuft on her arm is like basically back?
From when she had kitty surgery?
Anyways, what are we making? A brain.
If I only had a brain. Do 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 do.
We can make a silent owl. We can make a peak sunrise. We can make a sparkling nebula.
Go with a sparkling nebula. That sounds refreshing.
Oops. One sparkling nebula.
Bling.
Let's see if this will wake you up again. Oh, thank you. This is delicious. I can feel my synapses connecting. You know, now that I've had time to think about it, I think I figured out why Hex was so bummed about the loot. Care to share your insight with us? But of course. He has a younger sister, right? Which always struck me as odd. She looks so much older than him. So what if she just ages faster than he does? And he expected to find some very special loot in that wizard tower, but he didn't find it. So what if he was looking for something to extend her life? He would be spot on. Like a scroll of immortality. What a foolish idea. Hey. Not you, Hex. Even if it's tempting, those are powers that no one should interfere with. I agree. What if she turns into a zombie? I've had enough of them. Definitely. We should tell him when we see him again. Or maybe we should tell Carlin when she returns. She seemed to be experienced in dealing with the undead. You think it'll be a long time before she gets back? I don't know. Could be very soon, but it could also take a few more days. You've had a long day. Aren't you tired, Melly? No. I'm not tired. At all. Let's wait for a little longer. Maybe she'll show up, and Fable with her. Sounds good. Did she fall asleep? Yeah. Maybe I should bring her home and wrap this up for tonight. That's a good idea. You should get some rest as well. I'll let you know if I hear anything about Carlin or Fable. Alright. There's not much for me to do otherwise. Except care for Melly. She needs you. Yeah, I think you might be right. Good night, Dave.
Good night.
You know... forget about it.
Forget about it.
See ya. Oh, look at all this stuff. What is all this? Oh, this is just kind of where everything was. I didn't realize that there was like a whole map.
I'm sorry, I'm just awestruck at this right now.
What, all this stuff?
Yeah. How much more are we missing? Did they turn the keyboard to the correct way and then turn it back to locked?
I don't know. Yeah, we're just gonna... Anyways, we got more information about Melly. We're still missing a person in our book. Melly is already a source of inspiration for a certain writer, maybe because she seems so independent, though her latest adventure has taught her that she can't do everything alone. It's good to see that she allows herself to be a child again after everything, and I couldn't be more proud. See ya. Disaster, tea, and revelations. The 31st of the astral moon. Huh?
Tea.
What did I say?
No, I said, tea.
Oh.
You know what would be great? Milk tea.
Go ahead, make it. I'll watch you make it.
How does one make it?
So you're gonna empty the milk in a big container or a pot. And then how much milk is there?
Probably like half gallon.
Use about half of that container of brown sugar. And then put like 6 tea bags in there.
You didn't think I'd do it?
No, I'm just... So the easiest way to do the tea is to tie all the strings together, and then that way you can just kind of let it hang.
Okay.
You gotta show him, Splode. He's seen me do it. He can do it. I believe in him. And then you're just gonna wanna you're gonna kind of want to pay attention to it, because otherwise the milk will burn. Okay.
Sure.
So you'll let the milk heat up and like stir in the sugar until it like dissolves, and then from there you could probably just turn it down to either a very low heat or off heat and just throw the tea in and let it steep. Okay.
Okay.
Are you looking up a recipe? Ninja, are you looking up a recipe? Ninja doesn't trust me.
I do.
He can do it. I believe in him. Famous last words. He'd probably burn the condo down. Are you looking up a recipe?
I'm just looking how to burn the condo down.
Ninja doesn't trust me, even though I have a recipe on my phone.
Your recipe's better. I was just looking at other ways. It's like when I made my seasoning today, which... Do you have a rating for it?
I mean, it was good, but like, I guess like it's really hard on the drumsticks because it's it just covers the outside, so like, and there's a lot of meat on there.
Yeah.
So like it tasted good, but then it just kind of got lost in the
that's
meat.
Too.
I forgot that I have Ellen's cracked cookies on my phone. That recipe. Here you go, Ninja. So this recipe calls for 6 cups of milk.
We're gonna measure with our heart today.
Yeah, do it.
We have a little more than half a gallon.
Okay. Then maybe use a little bit more than half that container. Oh, use the bag's brown sugar first. Big stretch, Tot. Big stretch. He doesn't trust himself to understand your recipe. Anyways, 31st of the astral moon.
Jeez, 7 or 8 bags.
Hey, best boy is back. How many tea bags did you grab out?
7.
Okay, yeah, sounds about right. Welcome back. It's good to see you both again. Hold your enthusiasm, Innkeeper. We bring tales of disaster. I don't mind a little disaster in my tales. After all, you tell them so well. She really does. As do you, Clay. Thank you. I hope my stories are as good as your drinks. They are to me. Speaking of which, can I offer you a drink in exchange for a little insight in your disasters? That'd be great. Something that feels strong and magic-y, right? You remembered. Yes, that one, please. Coming right up. Something strong and magic-y. Ooh, we can make the cursed coffee.
Yo, let's go.
First time making it. All right. So we need a little bit of this. Here, we'll put a tooth in that one. And that way we can go that, and then we can have 2 of this. 1 cursed coffee. Are you putting the tea in now?
Opening up the...
Oh, okay. It looks so tiny next to him. Ninja. It's so
It's
tiny.
like a Turkish coffee.
Right? Something tasty and strong, but hopefully not disastrous. Very tasty, very strong. You really got the best drinks around. Sorry, Tot moved into a cute position and I need to pet her. My baby. My baby girl. Anyways. Happy to hear that, Clay. Tia, you're bursting at the seams. How were the archives? Fun! Were they? Mayhaps. The bleak stalkers were... bleak? Cute. Cute. Very. Jay told us where to find the entrance to the archives, but when we got there, we found it surrounded by bleak stalkers. They were quite numerous, and so shaped. I decided to ask them if they could let us through, and I thought he might need some help with that. So I called on your honey flowers and I extended my divine light to him. It made him glow softly, and they all flocked to him like moths to a gentle flame. Did you know that they have velvet wings they can fold into their bodies? I didn't. That's fascinating. They were so cuddly and showed off their crawling skills in exchange for carrots. I asked them if they'd like to be our tour guides, and they were so excited. They never had been tour guides before at first. They thought it would involve eating people. My baby girl, you're so cute. Maybe I should clip your nails while you're sleeping. At least like this, because you are conked out. I might have acted a bit standoffish when trying to correct their misconception. Clay was able to convey the message much better. He's very good at explaining things. Ninja, have a decision.
What's the decision?
But not that great at understanding things. I think he really understands people.
I think he really understands people.
And that helps him meet them where they're at. I try to. Everyone has their own way of understanding things. I think that's beautiful. I envy your empathetic approach to life, Clay. Thank you, but you've got your own strengths. Like how you're a master of strategy, or how you're so good at making people feel safe. I suppose we make a great team. The best, I might say. I made a great team with the Bleak Stalkers, too. They led us right inside the archives, which were huge. Large parts of the Everbloom had collapsed, but even the explorable sections were unbelievably spacious. We had no time for a proper tour, unfortunately. We had to make it back in time for the barbecue, after all. That meant we had to be efficient during our search. Though we did take a break to admire the artist's hall, the creatures excitedly led us to. We found abandoned pottery equipment that distracted us a little too much. Using more time than was perhaps appropriate, we molded tiny versions of little critters as a gift to them. They loved them. Afterwards, we split up to cover more ground. Each of us was guided by a group of Bleak Stalkers. A dangerous choice. That's when the monsters get to you. That's what Clay said, so I enchanted the friendship bracelets. That way, they would always sense in which direction the other person was located, so neither of us would get lost. It was so smart. It was very useful. I see you kept yours on. I did. They really helped with navigating around the archives, too. It's a beautiful place, you know. I mean, everything's overgrown with vines or withered and full of termites, but we could still tell how much care had gone into building it. Some of the tree branches still had leaves on them, and I saw a couple of stubborn lotus daisies trying to break through around the rocks. I taught the Bleak Stalkers how to water them. They loved drinking out of the watering can, but they also enjoyed sharing their water with the lotus daisies. Hopefully they'll grow stronger again soon. What a shame all that effort went into the building the archives was for nothing. But it wasn't. It meant something to someone once. And I could still feel that love in it, even during our visit. Maybe it'll even bloom again. It's called the Everbloom, right? Like, forever. I wonder who named it. We should go back sometime and see if we can find any information about the archivist. I bet they knew some great drinking games. Perhaps we should honor their contributions by studying the knowledge they left behind. Why not both? They should be people first, symbols second. Oh, yes, I guess both would work. Good idea, Clay. What else did you find in the archives, besides friends and the beauty and horrors of time, I mean? I got a little distracted when I asked our new friends to point me towards the cooking section. It was so vast. I found so many new bread recipes I can't wait to try out. I also found something for you. Uh-oh.
What?
I think Todd turned on the thing again, and she's on the space bar. For me? Yes, a recipe from a book on mixology. First I thought about taking the whole thing along, but it was a giant tome and the Bleak Stalkers were so attached to it. So I ripped out the page that looked most interesting. We thought it would fit your repertoire. Recipe unlocked. The Last Whisper. I think it does. Thank you very much. As for me, I asked them to lead me towards dangerous knowledge and soon found myself in a hidden study. The Bleak Stalkers didn't want to go inside, like they were scared of its contents. So I rewarded them with some treats and ventured inside alone. Sounds like you got along with them rather well. I grew quite attached. Perhaps I would even call them my favorite animals. That means we solved your favorite animal quest. We did. They almost made me want to stay and waste more time. Isn't that strange? Not in the slightest. Time well spent is time never wasted. Perhaps you're right. Anyhow, the study. It was a complete mess, full of scriptures, scrolls, and written ramblings that would be forbidden these days. A little exciting. And worrying. The papers I was able to translate spoke of the apocalypse. At the end of it all. Oh my god. There was research on the roots of the ether tree and how to unbind them, written with shaking hands and fading ink. Was this more the scholarly or bad scientist type of research? Hard to tell. Those lines tend to blur with blasphemy. Do you know about the ether tree? Because Tia gave me a whole presentation about it. I wouldn't mind a refresher. It's a giant tree. Good start. A world tree. That means our world rests on it. In it. Around it? Somewhere. In it, mostly. Depends on who you ask.
Intertwined.
The dragons guard the tree because they created it, maybe, but definitely because they care for us. And since we live in it, it should keep existing as it does now, because no one wants their house to crumble. A lot of people would get hurt if something happened to everyone's home. That's true, but luckily for us, damaging the ether tree isn't possible. It's larger than we could ever imagine. To us, it's really more of a concept than a tree. And the dragons defend it, despite their oath of neutrality. There's no easy foes. There is one way. The sigils of Alcahest. The what now? The sigils of Alcahest. They're the key to destroying the ether tree, according to the scrolls I studied under the archives candlelight. They are some sort of spell? More of a manual to a self-fulfilling prophecy, a way of breaking the cosmos in accordance with its own rules. For the tree to crumble, its foundation must be fractured.
So how are the tea bags supposed to work? Just put them in what?
Huh?
Put the tea bags in after you cook all the brown sugar down?
Yeah, and then turn the heat off or turn it to its lowest setting. And then just let it steep.
For how long?
Until it's done.
How do you know when it's done?
When it takes on a nice, like dark brown sugar color, kind of.
Like this?
And you could also taste test it.
But I'll always just want to put more brown sugar in.
I'm afraid to get up.
Here, let me bring the teapot over to you.
Be right back, Todd. We're going. Yeah. So just get like a.
Did I do it?
You did it, and congrats, you made milk tea.
Hooray. Welcome to my cooking show.
I'm back, Todd, don't worry. Check in 3 to 5 minutes. And you can just let it sit there if you turn the heat off, and it should be fine. If you want it stronger, or... Okay, then yeah, just let it steep there. See, we're back, Todd. It's okay.
I know you don't care about me, Todd.
What doing? I see you. All good.
We're making you milk tea, Todd. You're gonna have a one. No, okay, never mind. It's just milk with more sugar. They should be fine. No, I wouldn't have it.
Hey, while she's up, do you want to press the button again? Unless it's like... Oh, is it off or on?
Purple is locked.
Big yawn. Sorry. This will just be easier. 5 sigil vodka represent the 5 dragons, each of which must be damaged to topple our world's balance. Only then can our cosmos reshape itself. The scrolls spoke of experiments for creating a sigil, unsuccessful experiments. That's reassuring. Not quite. They were only unsuccessful back then. Next to the notes of old, I found others are written on cleaner, newer parchment with unfaded ink. Much of which is incomprehensible, written in languages I've never seen before. But various sketches of whales caught my eye, as did altered frostbite scrolls. That sounds unsettlingly familiar. I fear that the starfall broke a sigil. By ripping holes into Cassiopeia's wings, it destabilized her flight. If she's damaged any further, time could be sent into disarray. Meanwhile, the tsunami, like a herd, didn't just plague the archives. The waves broke down the barriers between the primordial sea and the twilight chasm in ways never seen before. So that's 2 sigils broken?
That's not good.
What an incredible understatement. To witness one such sigil fracture would be anxiety-inducing enough. Knowing it has happened to 2 will keep me up for many nights. It's not 2, it's 3. 3? Alongside the notes, I found an old map with fresh markings. All the names were outdated, but the intention was clear. Marked were the 5 inner planar portals. 30 years ago, their sudden appearance tore fissures into Gaia. I believe they were the first sigil. Bad, right? Very. Who could have done this? I don't know. And why, of all things? If the other tree collapsed or even shifted from its perfect balance, the destruction would end us all. Who would want that?
No one thinking rationally, that's for sure.
Baby Carl. They might have a good reason for it. Maybe we can talk them out of it. I doubt it. Me too. Whoever it may be that's causing this, they only have 2 sigils left. Your would be quite bad, right? Don't they say that the waking the Elder Dragon will start the apocalypse? They do. I feel like there's too many ways to start the apocalypse. Maybe they're all connected, and waking Ur will break the last sigil. Although, I like to think breaking all the sigils is indeed impossible. Because it's impossible to reach Tuat.
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 Tuat in the spirit realm, correct? It's not exactly impossible. One can make it to the spirit dragon via the astral sea and the dawn of the dying moon. That's in 5 days, right? Yes, but worry not. To reach such a specific location within the astral realm, very specific rituals are needed, and Gaia's portal to Cassiopeia is indispensable. Said portal is located in and safely protected by the Aperture, the stronghold of the Order of the Starlight, and its rituals must be performed with outstanding accuracy to withstand the treacherous astral currents. Only the highest ranking members of the Order are privy to this knowledge. And I guarantee you, all of us would rather die than aid in the destruction of this world. If the rest of them are half as stubborn as you are, I think we're well protected. Exactly. That's good then. The rest is worse. What's bad is that we don't know who's behind this, or why. By the dragons in the endless horizon, anyone would desire something so vile. I can already sense your next quest. But can I offer you a drink first? Your throat must be dry from all that exposition. I wouldn't say no to a drink. Perhaps something that will keep my mind intact, defended from lunacy. I feel like I'm going mad. Say no more.
From lunacy, you say?
we need a defense drink. So let's see. Oh, this is our new. Look at it, it's so cute. It's got a little skull in it. Too bad that is not what we need. We need a defense drink. So we got First Snow. We got Steel Tonic. We got a Frosted Lagoon. You know, we haven't made a Steel Tonic in a sec.
Yeah. Do it.
I think we need one of these.
No. Yeah, that or the other one. That gave to like combat and agility.
This one?
Yeah, that one or the combat and agility one. No. Yeah, that one. The shark tooth or whatever. So that or whatever one you had that did defense and attack.
Do this one. One Steel Tonic. A delicious defense against the absurdity of evil plots. My baby.
How many photos are you gonna take?
I will take as many as I goddamn please, okay?
I guess that's fair.
My baby. Ooh. Was Laura with your dad?
No.
So Todd didn't get any love from
No,
him.
my dad spent most of the time playing with Todd or watching the what's it called? The little cat mower thing.
The cat toy bell?
Yeah, I don't know what motor is what I meant to say.
Ooh, baby. Anyways. Thank you. This makes me feel a little less conspiratorial. I needed a breather. You know what else would make for a great breather? Fable's barbecue? Exactly. You're right. That would be quite pleasant right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think the barbecue is happening today. Fable hasn't returned from their quest yet. Oh. What quest are they on? Finding Melina. But we just saw Melly on the way here. Perhaps they found another quest while out. Heroism can be infectious like that. Innkeep, what kind of drink did you mix them? None. Maybe we should go look for them. Maybe so. It's rough. So on the one hand, we are worried, but on the other hand, she wants to do it herself.
please do. We don't want anything bad to happen to Fable. And then it'll be like, we kind of cared.
Please do. No one has seen them in days. And the last thing I said to them, I hate for those words to stay the last. Please help me find them. Of course, I'm sure they could slay any monsters without us, but some extra hands couldn't hurt. But you'll have to deliver your apologies yourself. I'll say that I'll slay that beast when it comes to it. Very well. But first we must solve our urgent sigil problem. I feel like we're just missing one piece. Oh, this guy. I haven't seen him in a while.
What's up, Kyle?
A piece of what? Cake? I like to order my usual cake, innkeeper. I don't serve cake. Never have. Oh, maybe you should. Another delicious delicacy would be also still no blood. Aww. The sorrow I'm feeling almost equals the grief I felt after the vampiric glitter competition in 1389. Oh? I had run out of glitter. I could serve one of my usual drinks to alleviate some of that heartache. That would be splendid. I'd like something to enhance my immortal strength. No shopping bags shall hold me back today. I'll see what I can do.
Shopping bags were holding you back there, bud?
They've been doing a lot of shopping, remember? Strength? Yeah. Well, I feel like we kept giving him the Southern Brawler.
Yeah.
We could also give him a cursed coffee.
Quick, give him milk tea.
Your fur is so soft. I love you so much.
Tell me how you really feel, Slode.
What? Am I not allowed to love my cat? Ninja finds my love for my cat disgusting.
I never said that.
Nobody wants your burned milk tea. It's not burned. He did fine.
Who said that, Sharp?
No, who do you think? Who's been... I was like, who's been ragging on your fucking milk tea?
Sharp's the one that said, give it 3 to 5 minutes. Look, the milk is gonna go bad in like 2 days. And this way I know Splode and I will drink the shit out of it. We're also probably gonna have diabetes by the end of it.
One cursed coffee.
Isn't it all coffee?
No.
Tea's better.
You haven't even drank tea in so long. I don't want,
Yeah, I have.
like, actual tea.
Define actual tea. Splode, do you want a food processor and blender?
Sure.
Or do you just want a blender?
Sure.
My god.
2 in 1, it's always good. Right?
I guess. I still know the difference between a blender and like a high-powered high-powered blender and a food processor.
Me either.
It all turns into mush if you have enough power. Wait, Sharp's here. He could explain. Sharp, you like cooking and shit.
Anyways. The difference is in the shape of the blades and how they cut. Thank you, book.
Oh, hi, book. How about this 3-in-1 mixer stand, stainless steel bowl, meat grinder, juicer?
Jesus Christ. That's a lot.
It's a 3-in-1 Splode.
Iron cooking shit. Oh.
No,
We're in the market. We're looking for a blender that's bigger than the one that we have. So that we don't have to make one drink at a time. So we're looking at options.
and I'm kind of going the book route of like, what blender can also make soup? Not that we really eat too much soup here, but you know.
I can respect that. Here, with all the strength of a raging fire. Thank you, dear innkeeper. We're just gonna pass that up, huh?
Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
My blood is boiling with euphoria.
That's what you're looking for, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Any particular reason for your shopping trip? A very particular one, dear innkeeper. It is a matter of life and death. If you want a blender that can make soup, the only one I know of is a Vitamix, but those are pricey. Fair.
I have a birthday. I'll be getting cash.
I must head out to purchase the wonder substance known as comfort food immediately. Oh, you okay, Tot? Yeah? You want some comfort food? Do you know what comfort food is? I haven't the slightest idea, but it is rumored to restore your mortals back to full health. You still get gifts for your birthday?
No, people usually throw me some kind of cash and be like, go get what you want. So like $10 here, $20 here.
I'm afraid Rio will perish should she not receive it. That sounds serious. Has she fallen ill? A fatal case of something she called being in the zone. I assume it's highly dangerous. She's refused to move away from her drawing board for over a year now. She even threw me out of the room upstairs when I offered her a blood pellet snack. Do they claim it on their taxes? Damn, that was good.
Is it because I'm a charity case?
I think that's what they're implying. You're a tom-tom.
Somebody please tell me it's not only my chats that, you know, give them shit.
No.
Why are you unfazed by any of this, Splode? How come nobody attacks you?
I don't know.
Maybe you should stop being such a kind individual to people.
What do you mean? I rip on people just as much as the next person in this community.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You're mean to people and no one bothers you. They're too afraid. You're
Exactly.
intimidating.
I feel like shit. I got my flu shot yesterday and I'm getting my COVID booster tomorrow. Ooh, I'm so sorry. How will her body handle another year without food? I have some good news for you. Rhea hasn't been sketching for a year. You guys checked in yesterday. How fortunate. And as for your legendary item, you should ask her about it. Generally, everyone has a different idea of what they consider comfort food. How wondrous. Though something tells me you should give her some time before you go back upstairs. Why? Her patience is on cooldown. Call it intuition. Hey, Her patience is on cooldown. Call it intuition.
Call it intuition.
I don't think intuition is a very good name, Innkeeper. Want to help me find a better one? Of course, I'll think of one before the next 80 years are up. Thank you. I shall remain for a while, and once I have acquired the correct comfort food, I will make sure my friend eats every last bite. Just a few of the things that I have to do, fair. Just means we care, says Night Warrior.
There.
Like a vampiric mother hen to her vampiric chick. I didn't know there were vampire chickens. There aren't. Do you know that for certain? Yes. I could have sworn the ones in my family's estate had fangs. Speaking of fangs, chickens can't develop teeth. And here I thought we were comrades in blood hunger.
Do I have an emote that says otherwise? Well, I mean, it's a bird, but...
Chickens are still fascinating, all on their own. Did you know that they have very colorful dreams? Oh, that's nice. I once helped a wild hen with her dream journal. I'll introduce you to sometime. My favorite thing about chickens is that they purr when they're happy. Like a cat. What charming creatures. The more I learn, the more they remind me of vampires. Chickens are evil. But they're so delicious. So simple, sweet, and ferocious, yet their origin harbors one of the greatest mysteries of life. What came first? The chicken or the egg? The egg. Ninja, the egg or the chicken?
The egg came first, because the egg held the mutation.
Yeah.
What do you think came first, Slope?
The egg.
Okay.
So does Sharp. Not going to weigh in? I'm intellectually withdrawing myself from this conversation. But unlike this unsolved mystery, I do not know how vampires were created.
Hey, Slope, can I borrow you for like 2 minutes? Probably not even that long.
Sure. Chat, entertain yourself while I help Ninja strain some milk tea.
You can just kind of hold and press down.
Say at least cool down.
Sorry. It's cool down enough.
Not fresh from the pot, it's not.
It worked last time.
We scooped it last time.
Did we?
Yes. Yes,
Well, why
we
didn't you
did.
tell me this? I'll take care of this. No, I poured it last time. Need to get all this. See, this is why you can't be in supervised mode.
It might be more than a few minutes.
I got it. What a cool. How are your hands?
Fine.
A little slimy.
Yeah.
Clear for sure.
I know.
Good. You might finger the difference.
I'm sure they heard me scream.
And just swoop.
Ah.
I'm trying not to have so many dishes tonight. Put it back. Like, I'll take care of it. I'll use the white ones that we got. Move.
Anyways. The chicken came first. God created the chicken. Duh. Don't tell Night, but we are all like this one.
Huh?
Don't tell Night, but we all are like this when cooking.
Like what?
I don't know. Would you mind elaborating? Weren't you intellectually withdrawing? As a cleric of Cassiopeia, humility is a lifelong objective that I strive towards. Got picture scanned and copied to a flash drive to give to my in-laws. Nice, nice. As such, I must admit when I need to concede words spoken in haste. Which would be now, I suppose. Please, Kyle, if you wouldn't mind expanding on what you just said. Certainly. It must have been over 5 centuries ago when a scholar stole some of the immortal blood of the dragons. The scholar offered it to Queen Annabeth, who would become the vampire's monarch. I have never heard of Queen Annabeth. I think that was just the plot of a really challenging board game, Kyle. Oh, you're right. So then, Mike was real after all. Mike? Yes, it's all coming back to me now. The first vampire that walked this world was the infamous Machiel, but most of us call him Mike. He had a very close connection to the spirit dragon and his domain. Eventually, Mike struck a deal with Twat.
What?
In exchange for guarding the dragon's realm, he would get to live forever. But that didn't work out, I guess. Old Mike didn't read the fine print. The spirit dragon turned out to be a trickster. Tuat turned him into a new form of undead creature, invulnerable to age and disease, but still weak to the blade. Blood was the only thing he could stomach to consume, and with time even sunlight became intolerable. Mike was no longer welcoming among the living, but the dead didn't want him either. And that's how the first vampire was created. Just need to wait to hear back from them as to when we at the meeting them to join Celebrate Book of My B-Days. Fair enough. Fascinating. There is so little known about the spirit dragon and his realm. Tot, what are you doing? You little terror. She's sitting on that one. So we'll hear from them like next week. And it's a wonder where I get that shit from. Kyle, just how do you possess knowledge that's considered ancient by today's standards? What knowledge? The knowledge you just told us about. Ah, I stumbled upon it in a grimoire I bought the other day at the local bookstore. Nope, that was the vampire romance book Lynn recommended to you. Try again. But of course! Dear Evelyn was such a history fanatic. How could I not pick up a few stories? That was one of her favorites. I still dream of her deathly beautiful countenance as she narrated tales until the intruders stopped screaming. She always told the story of our progenitor, Mike, so softly. She would cradle a vial of his blood and her tone would turn so reverent. A secret to share just with me, she would say. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to break the last oath between us as well. I'm sure we can help you keep this a secret, right? A secret between new friends. If secrecy is how we can repay you for sharing this with us, then so be it. Since you seem to have been very close to her, I wanted to let you know. We traveled past Morrow Castle on our way back. It looked awfully damaged. The destruction looked fresh, if only we had passed by earlier. Clay even spotted a heavily armored silhouette a short distance away from what remained of the castle walls. We hurried over as quickly as possible, but the shadow was gone by the time we got there. As it was, only rubble remained. Was my dear Evelyn unharmed? We don't know. The castle looked abandoned, like a ruin. My Evelyn, what horrid fiend could have inflicted such damage? She must have fought back fiercely. May her opponent suffer twice the damage they inflicted upon her. What I wouldn't give to know her safe. I think I need to go ask Rhea about her comfort food. We got some new information about people. We got something about Kyle. Despite his short and often fragmented memory, he has extensive knowledge of the origins of all vampires, which could be expected when you're a vampire yourself, I suppose. Even though he still seems to be caught up in his long-lost marriage, he really took a liking to the person who dug him up. And we got...
I put this in the freezer for a little bit.
Sure. We got something about Tia. Her bravery verges on obsession, but maybe it's just to stroke her own ego. She presumably has never taken a break in her whole life and probably never will. But lately she seems to be warming up to others. Out of all the cute animals she could have chosen to love, she's particularly fond of bleak stalkers. And then we got something about Clay. Even a big guy like him needs a bit of encouragement and positive reinforcements. Sometimes I think he and Miss Anwar are definitely a good team. They even have matching friendship bracelets now that they just have to wear them. Clay also loves good food and would never want to miss a delicious barbecue. Sharp, can you come up to my office real quick to look over something? Gang's all here.
Tot took my seat and now I have another seat. Tot's trying to replace me as co-host. They'll probably do a better job too.
Let's give him some time to come to terms with what he just learned. Sounds sketchy. Yes, dear, heading up now. Lynn! And Scully. Greetings, brave adventurers. It was nice knowing you. If we had a cat cam, then yes.
I mean, I do have a cat cam. I just need to put Tot in the spot. In the spot.
In the spot. Ah! Kitten. Anyways. Greetings, brave adventurers. Great morrow, innkeeper. There seem to be a few more bones than usual with you, Scully. You observe correctly, my friend. What does he have now that he didn't have before?
I don't know.
They are wonderful party gifts, aren't they? Sure are.
Can you bring me up to speed, Lynn?
You'll survive being left hanging for a few more minutes. You're bullying me. You're bullying your innkeeper, Lynn. Patience, young innkeep. Scully has been waiting to tell you this story since we left the Pale Woods. I will try to compose myself. This tale deserves the cracking of every last one of my rhetorical knuckles. Let us recount our tale promptly, Dame Carlin. Hang on. I think I could go for one of your drinks first.
Taking a monitor.
That can be arranged.
That's what it said. That could be arranged.
Huh?
Nightwear needs help with getting a monitor.
Something to keep my strength up. I didn't get to flex my muscles much during our quest. A good one might net you a story. No pressure, Lynn. Alrighty. A strength one. Can I make another cursed coffee?
Everybody gets the cursed coffee. Why is it cursed again?
When you peer inside the streaming chalice, looking at your own distorted reflection, you'll find the darkest swirling depths. The blankness will be all-consuming, a gloom so bitter you might think you see the souls of the damned swimming inside. But really, you'll be looking at a strong cup of coffee. That's it.
Then fine. Coffee for all.
I already forgot. One tooth. 2 shots of strength. And 2 shots of brain.
Brain, it's alright.
1 cursed coffee. A great drink for a great story. Aren't you lucky? I'd like to think luck has nothing to do with it. Perhaps not. I might have something else to cheer you up. Oh? Mellie's back. Oh. Relieved? Like a great sword's been lifted off my shoulders. Is she alright? New character information about Lynn. Who would have thought that such a fearless warrior never learned how to swim, but I'm sure her newly found family will teach her. Eventually. Seems like the lone wolf is not so lonely after all. Lynn definitely lives up to her Baba's heritage, even if she herself doesn't see it yet. Yes, though you might prefer to see for yourself. She and Dave left me their address to give to you. Who? Ah, you know them. Right, got it. Only one person would fit such an uninspired name. They better have apologized to Melly, or else. You'll have to find out the details for yourself. Just don't keep them waiting for too long. Don't need to tell me that. Fable isn't back then? No. Sure are taking their time. Feel like looking for them yet? No, they're capable. Just my patience is starting to wear thin. You had some to begin with? You're pretty chatty for someone within greatsword distance. Right.
We can go with a solid yikers. I
got that stupid Spider-Man PC, and I hear mixed things about how it does and doesn't have enough VRAM for 1440p.
So 2K.
So I should probably get a 1080p version. I would like to spend under $100, at least 144 hertz, at least 16-inch screen, and best quality looking for games like Elden Ring. You scared Todd. We're gonna have to clip your nails, little girl.
That should be doable.
Can I interest you in one of my drinks as well, Scully? With an offer like that, my friend, how can a skeleton say no? Perhaps something to enhance my aura. I would like to do the proclamation of this tale proper justice. Let me guess. Charisma? Yeah.
Charisma. How'd you know, Spud?
Ooh. We're gonna make 1,000 wins. Because I feel like we don't make it enough. A little daisy. Pop. And some of this. And nope. And some of this. Did I do that right? Oh. Yeah, I did. One too many defense. There we go. Okay. Please enjoy. Oh my. They say manners maketh man, but this drink alone has invigorated me plenty. I can almost feel the warmth of flesh on my bones again. Pleasure to be of service? Our quest was confusing. Inspiring. My favorite flavor of quest. Not enough fighting in my opinion. Felt like my muscles were wasting away on the way back here. But the most important muscle of all received a superb workout. The brain. Metaphorically, for me, of course. I've been wondering about that, actually. No. We're not even going to get started on that topic. I do have to agree, my friend. Let's not get distracted. Though I would be delighted to share my theories with you, Innkeeper. Let me know when you have an hour to spare. Or 5.
I was going to say only an hour? With
No.
the story was being read to us.
Right. Now, back to the task at hand. We started by making our way westwards, through our progress was slow. Any complications? Yes, quite a few. Oh, angry Scully.
It's the eyebrows.
Before embarking on this journey, I was woefully ignorant about the plight of the Fessoan farmers, the less than ideal weather conditions, the flood that ruined a lot of crops, and now this pesky undead problem. I was stricken with empathy for their struggle. The least we could have done was offer up our means of transportation for any soul looking for a better life further north. So we switched carriages. 3 times. By the 3rd time we had gotten so far off course, it took us a whole day just to get back on track, on foot. But once our hike was over, we did get to spend a wonderful afternoon with Dame Carlin's cousin, Lady Danica. That was nice, I guess. The cousin with the undead snail problem, yes? Did you manage to liven up that garden for her? Sure did. Just had to set out some cabbage to leave them somewhere we wouldn't be damaging any crops, and with just one magnificent strike, truly a sight to behold. It was just some undead snails, no need to have gotten so excited. To match the excitement, Lady Danica served us some positively delightful cups of tea. Better than any accompanying fingered sandwiches were some new facts I had gleaned from observing the snails. Even lacking souls, they still displayed some pack behavior. They acted nothing like real animals, of course, but somehow I was struck with empathy for their plight, so unconsciously seek out a manner of instinctual action, despite the lack of anything to grant them a conscious objective. Is there a more transparent yearning for purpose than that? My apologies. It appears what they say about old age is true. You can't help but philosophize. And you can't help but relate. In a way. One can't help but wonder whether any choice I make is truly my own or just a post-mortem reflex of these old bones. Perhaps even my thirst for knowledge. And yet your enjoyment of it seems genuine. Truly, innkeeper, you have a way with words. Just lots of experience. Though that may be, my worries seem rather foolish now. I count myself as quite fortuitous that despite all that my memory lacks, I can delight in learning it all again. Does it really matter then where such an urge comes from? Anyhow, my apologies, Dame Carlin, I completely derailed our epic tale. Allow me to make up for it by continuing post-haste. We departed after that lovely cup of tea and finally headed for the Pale Woods. Lady Danica provided us with a cart and a trusty steed, a cow with the most lovely temperament. Her name's Lislote. I made sure to greet the gentleman that passed us on our way to the woods. What magnificent shadow armor he was wearing. Something about it felt oddly familiar. Perhaps it was only my hope that we would look just as gallant after our quest. Lislote valiantly took us to the edge of the forest where maliciousness permeated the very air we breathed. What he means is, it stunk. Real bad. We left Lislote there, sparing her the stench seemed like the right thing to do. And forth we ventured. Didn't take a long time to find what we were looking for. The place was crawling with them, which also explained the smell. For some reason, the miasma didn't seem to bother me much. Most respectfully, you don't have a nose. Oh, of course. Anyways. There was a veritable horde before us, an army of undead creatures shambling their way through the forest. One gnawed tree at a time. They were awfully interested in those trees, it's true. I was itching to tear into them, but remembering the plan, I stepped back with a hand on my greatsword. The crucial part of a successful negotiation is that you don't go into it blind, and so we observed. The undead creatures were displaying similar patterns to those snails. They weren't just stumbling around senselessly. They seemed to be following a pack leader, a representative. That simplified things considerably. My first course of action was clear. I let Dame Carlin know of my intentions. Seemed reasonable enough. While I circled the group to get to the leader at the front, she remained hidden in the shadows of the thicket. I walked up to the leader, another skeleton, making sure I displayed an open and respectful disposition. I suppose they were not open and respectful in return. Nope. Before I could even react, the skeleton had bitten down on Scally's arm. Agony is what I would have said if I hadn't been protected by my frost armor and your excellent drink mixing skills. Always glad to hear my drinks are protecting my clients on their quest.
Also bone on bone.
Right? My friend, your drinks are astonishingly potent. Maybe too potent. As soon as the undead creature bit down, their teeth shattered upon impact. The leader recoiled immediately. All the others surrounding us froze. The leader fell to the ground, cradling their face with their hands. Curiously, when they regained composure, their expression was filled with joy. Still no idea how you can read an expression on a skull. They were actually quite expressive for a skeleton.
They mostly express themselves through vibes.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow. Meow, 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 meow.
That sounds like some of your usual bullshit.
Thanks, Lynn.
It didn't thunder, so I'm assuming it's okay to swear. Meow, 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 meow.
Soon.
Meow, 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 meow.
What has Snowbee done to us?
But this time, I'm almost willing to believe you. Excuse me, but what exactly are vibes, my friend? Have fun explaining that one. I guess you can think of them as some kind of aura that someone gives off. Hey, I was meowing to my sisters before Snowbee appeared and spread it here. Fascinating.
Well, blame Snowbee, because Snowbee was professing the way of the meow 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 meows at Simon's stream the other day. So, fight, fight, fight.
Excuse. I would never fight Snowbee. Snowbee just confessed their love to me. I could never.
I guess.
Sure.
What's that like?
Boop.
Somebody
Boop.
confessing their love for you?
Boop, 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 boop,
You
boop.
being awesome and shit?
Teety tot.
You live in the dream, aren't you, Splode?
I love you.
Why do you like this?
Why is your keyboard so comfortable? Lamau, wouldn't you like to know? Maybe I should just save it just in case. What was that? What did I hit? Just in case. That sounds quite powerful. Could one harvest them like magic?
I'm spamming shit in chat.
Let's get back to the story. The teeth shattering was quite worrying. It made me re-examine the bite mark on the trees around us. Curiously, the bite marks were quite a bit more shallow than what we had seen in other parts of the forest. Wow, spamming links? No allowed.
It's Splode's channel. She didn't say no.
It's not my channel. My name's not on it.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it
It said
doesn't.
Nightrevenge and Author Splode.
Yeah, but this is the Nightrevenge channel.
It's literally your channel. You're here too. We're even doing stream together. Just IRL.
What is ISTG?
I don't know what ISTG
Is that,
Instagram?
Night.
Splode.
I swear to God. Okay. Listen, I'm not hip with the lingo, okay?
With them kids these days. Thank you, book.
Which means...
Hey, buddy. Hey, girl. So defiant. So demure.
Listen, I'm just chronically online. I mean, like, I am too, but, like, I had to learn what, like, Pog and, God, I'm trying to think of other words that Civ has taught me.
Snatch.
You didn't know what the word snatch meant. That's fucking wild to me.
Why?
Ninja learned a new word. He learned what snatched means. Cause it was like, me and Zen, we're gonna be snatched one day. He's like, what?
Like, you guys are gonna be kidnapped, taken away. Why? What is mentally wrong with me? Can you guess? Literal meanings.
Listen.
Addition.
He's so hopeless. Listen.
Look, someone in the family gets kidnapped once, and that's all you think about. I get
You want me to make the list? The list? The list?
We have multiple lists. Lists of shows we need to watch, lists of things we need to know, lists of things we need to do, but never will get around to. You know, the lists. It's like Civ's movie list.
We aren't snatched like we want to be. Anyways. Zen is, yes.
The list of your mental health.
Oh no, mine's probably longer.
Yeah, get around to things. I'm saying there's a list of things we'll never get around to. Somewhere.
I still can't. Oh, hello? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I was pressing autoplay. Anyways, what do we... Which means all those undead creatures had severe dental issues. Leader was so happy because the frost armor's chill was dulling their pain. The others' teeth were also in truly poor condition. And looking at their behavior, that seemed to be causing them severe pain. Coupled with their hunger for trees, it became a never-ending cycle of suffering. I am not. I don't have commitment issues here. There is, please inform me of such list. Let's see. We should probably go over it after stream. It might take a minute. It should have never gotten so bad. I asked them why they hadn't reported the issue to their necromancer.
What did I say about my life? It should never have gotten this bad.
It was clearly starting to impact the fulfillment of their objective.
Yo, also what I say about my life.
That got him really heated. They tried to rip Scully apart again, but Dame Carlin skillfully resolved the situation with a bit of intimidation. It turns out they didn't even have dental. They don't even have dental. Do you even know what do you know what that's from?
I don't know what's from. I assume insurance. My literal ways hurt you that bad?
In the Shrek movie, they pose as like that they're from the Union, and they go to the like, and they're like, we're just checking in on, you know, how we're doing, and the guy's like, it's not going well, you know, they don't even have dental, and like Donkey and Shrek and them, they were like, they don't even have dental.
I need to watch Shrek again.
Oh my god, wait, it's from Shrek, yeah. I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah, it's from the second one, the Happily Ever After one, where they turn into like, where Fiona turns back into like human form.
Yo, spoilers.
And they have like the most epic rendition of "I Need a Hero" that I've ever heard. There is no better version.
I'm gonna tell my non-existent kids that's the only version.
Yeah. We can watch Shrek as a movie night. Be your baby. Okay, well, it's time for me to play DBD with the pal, so I'm leaving you for a bit, Splode. I'm always down for Shrek. Hell yeah. Good luck with your games. Zen and I played last night, and we played like 4 games, and they were back-to-back, like, complete shit. And I didn't even get to play against the new killer. It was like a fucking sweaty dem. Fucking... I can't remember.
Pet the pooch.
No, they were awful. A huntress that like wasn't even that good, but like our teammates sucked, And then, I don't know, we played against 2 other killers I can't even fucking remember, but like it was either the killers were super sweaty and gross. Oh, we had a super sweaty basement trapper that like, oh my god, I wanted to die. Like as soon as I saw them take Zen to the basement, I was like, do they have iron grasp? And they're like, yep. I was like, well, it's a basement trapper. No offense, Zen, but I'm leaving you. Extra life. Ninja.
I didn't turn those off.
I
mean, hey, if people still want to donate to it,
yeah.
We're taking it all year round, probably.
And then some other one that, like, I don't know, we just kind of gave up on. But yeah, prepare thy anus.
Things to say after you shout out an extra life link. Prepare thy anus.
You know.
Sweat wasn't part of it. She doesn't know.
I really want to find the scene from Shrek so you can see it because it's super funny.
After stream Spud.
Okay. Lynn, I'm with Scully on this one. They had no benefits, nothing. They were just expected to be quiet and follow orders. That doesn't sound right to me. Big Daddy, no!
Yep.
It's a scam, that's what it is. No sick leave, no compensation, no PTO. They didn't want to hear it. We're doing what we love. We don't need any fancy benefits. But you should have seen the state they were in. They couldn't even take a proper chomp out of the tree's outer bark anymore. What would happen when their teeth deteriorated even further? Their necromancer would replace them with another undead creature in a heartbeat. That was when Scully really got to them, I think. Huh? Oh, I thought you were signaling me. Sorry. The words were just pouring out of my mouth, and I was elated that they were the right ones. The light reflecting off the frost armor really dazzled him, too. Any skeleton worth their calcium should be able to acquire such armor. They needn't be bound by such a neglectful necromancer. My apologies. It appears I somewhat lost my composure just now. You might soon be contacted to host the first UFU gathering, Innkeeper. Union for the Undead. UFU 1755. Never forget your roots. They're welcome to visit anytime. I think they really want to improve their situation. Most respectfully, they promise to leave the Pale Woods alone as well. One of UFU's goals is to find a more sustainable way to deal with their obsession eventually. They're heading for the Necromancer now. There are a bunch of demands to settle. They graced us with a great deal of parting gifts before we left. We got the hallux that broke off of one of them when they attacked Dame Carlin. Their leader gave me the teeth he wouldn't put back into their skull. Oh, and this eyeball. I'm overjoyed we managed to resolve our quest in a peaceful manner. Can't deny your resolution was pretty effective. Good to know you're both happy with how it ended. Those are the outcomes I most enjoy hearing about from my patrons. Oh, but we did get you something as well, Innkeeper. Right. Here. The trees looked really chewed on and dead, but the berries seemed like they were thriving. They're the ones Elfie was going on about. Not like they're here to appreciate them now, so I guess you can have them. Just set some aside to make Fable a drink when they're back. Sounds fair. Ghostberry. Also, while I was plucking the berries, the spirits of the trees gave us a little keepsake, because they were so glad we stopped all that gnawing. Sadly, I don't have any more storage space left in my hat, so we wanted you to have it as well. Now we can always indulge in sweet memories whenever we visit. I think I know just the place for it. Thank you very much. I wish they would be like, look at this thing, you know? Scully, have you ever thought about becoming an advocate for this kind of stuff? Not that I can usually stand them, but you seem to really care about all this. Oh no, I'm but a mere heap of bones, here to learn all I can. But it is a gentleman's way to speak out when evil is committed in front of you. So I don't suppose I will stop doing just that anytime soon. Sounds good to me. I still wonder what all those undead creatures were doing there. No idea. We didn't ask. Hunger? Seemed to be heading north before we talked to them. Maybe they were searching for more trees. The Pale Woods is one of the largest forests in Fasoa. I don't see a reason for them to leave the area before it was barren. Unless they were ordered to. Don't they typically come with a necromancer attached? You don't suppose that gentleman we encountered outside the woods could have been that very necromancer? I don't think farmers wear armor like that, like what you described. Oh, if I had known what a dastardly negligent necromancer they were, I would never have offered that greeting. Well, I need to go to bed since I have to actually go into the office tomorrow morning. Have a good night. Good night, book.
Good night, book.
Just realized where they could have been heading. It's true there aren't many woods around here that compare to the Pale Woods, but the giant root in the capital must look pretty good to some tree-obsessed undeads. There might be tons more headed there even now. Indeed. High fiber wrists. Just to clarify, you believe hordes of undead creatures are marching towards the capital? Well, towards the root would be my guess. I see. They're heading towards Themis to gnaw at the divine roots, as if to...
Fell the elder tree, or either tree?
Precisely. Not that such an action alone could destroy the whole thing, but it would certainly do some damage. What in the are you talking about? As I just stated, someone is trying to destroy the Aether Tree. The Starfall, the Primordial Flood, even the interplanar portals. It's all part of a big plot. Was that not clear? No. Oh my. Oh no, Scully's mustache. That's awful. And insane if true. Is it working? Unfortunately so. Or do you see stars in the night sky? I mean, there's one. There used to be more. And we don't know who's behind it yet either. Well, Lynn, Scully, the gentle person you greeted outside the woods, you thought he might be a necromancer? He certainly bore the armor of one. Did he seem like he wanted to kill everyone? Not particularly, though it can be hard to tell sometimes. Politeness and the desire for homicide aren't necessarily mutually exclusive. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Necromancers resurrect dead things to make undead creatures. Indeed they do. So, Scully, you were resurrected, right? Do you remember anything about it? Well, I admit at first I recalled very little from the start of my new life. I mostly stumbled about trying to remember my manners. But my memories, or rather, the memories of my body, which I suppose are also my memories, have been getting clearer lately. Let me try to focus my thoughts. I believe I awakened in the archives, in the Everbloom. The Everbloom? Did you encounter any bleak stalkers? Why, I did indeed. They seemed very hungry for my bones. Such interesting creatures.
Otter, thank you for the raid. How was the stream?
Get raided, nerd.
Dungeon Alchemist. Can't say I've heard that one before. Got 3 maps though. Is that the... It's not the dungeon building thing, is it? Because if so, I think I vaguely remember that from ages ago. Yeah, it is the dungeon builder. That's what you can do for your D&D stuff.
Sure. Such interesting creature. They remind me of the old intellect wombats. Do those be still roam Fasoa? No. What are intellect wombats? Priorities to you. Scully, who woke you up? Gentleman of fine age. I believe
do something with that mustache, man.
He was there to do research. I remember candles held over notes scribbled on paper, ink stains on fingertips.
Silly.
He must have found me near my old friend's study. I remember I was looking for her when, after I woke, I simply left. How rude and uninquisitive of me. I should have asked what he was researching. I could have helped. God.
Hot. I'm gonna have like a switch that just like turns that off.
Did the guy from the woods remind you of the one in the archives? Now that you mention it. I wasn't conscious enough to recognize faces when I rose, but I knew that armor looked familiar. I think I saw it when I first reopened my eyes. Metaphorically, of course. I no longer have eyelids. A necromancer is behind all this? Is he trying to break the sigils just to get to Tuat, the spirit dragon in the realm of death? Group by DM for keeps going in funny directions, so I need to make more maps to keep up. Oh yeah, good job, Knight.
Thank you. I try. Good job on you, Knight, for trying to, you know, make sure I'm doing what I need.
Kitten. Sigils? Are you perchance speaking of the sigils of Alcahest? My friend was researching them once. I always thought them a wild figment of her imagination. Seems like they're not, unfortunately. Do necromancers usually want to destroy Tuat? No, but they do defy his laws of life and death. Perhaps he craves access to all the souls the spirit dragon guards. Or he plans to destroy death once and for all with his perversions.
Whoever has that bird as a familiar, it just crapped all over someone's coat. Oh, the little crow in the background?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know.
He poops. It's fine.
It's magical. It's self-cleaning.
Yeah. But, my dear, to destroy Tuat, one must find him first. That in itself would be quite the impossible task, no? Not exactly. The spirit realm is well protected, but there are ways to get to him. Can you kill death? Yes.
Yeah. Dean Winchester did it.
I don't know, but merely attempting it sounds disastrous. Dean Winchester kills death twice, actually.
Yeah. Just, you kill Billy? Yeah.
Miss Anwar, Mr. Moore, Tuat is the god of death. No matter how insane the necromancer, no one could possess a weapon powerful enough to fight a god. Have you met Kratos? Only weapons made by dragons can harm them. We all know this. But death is longest living entity. Yeah. You mean like yours, great axe? A weapon forged by the dragons, meant only for their claws. The axe. It could certainly cut through the barrier between the astral sea and the upper world, if not through Tuat itself. Would stealing an axe from a dragon count as a sigil? Alright, y'all lost me again. I talked about this already. Keep up. I'll explain later. It might count as a sigil if it awakens Zira or damages their plane. Yours should not be awakened under any circumstances. Nor should their legendary weapons fall into the hands of a mere mortal. My, this is quite concerning.
I'm right there with you.
It seems like too insane of a plot. Even for some big bad evil guy. BBEG! They always seem to be reaching for new heights in their dastardly schemes. If we are correct, this one plans to steal Yora's weapon, break their sigil, and then destroy Tuat.
Tuat.
Tuat. Dragons be with us. What about the undead creatures marching towards the capital? They must be a distraction, a way to keep anyone who would interfere off his back. Quite the dangerous distraction, if you ask me. Those poor husks shouldn't be snacking away at those roots either way, should they? No. And those sigils of alcohol zest you keep talking about could do what? Destroy the tree? The tree? The tree? The spirit realm rests above all others in the canopy of our world. If what we believe to be this monster's plan succeeds, it will collapse down onto the rest of the ether tree. Not only would that free all dead souls, it would destroy the tree, our home, our cosmos, and everything below it. It would destroy our world as we know it. Not to mention, Tuat might die. I don't think I have to explain to you why death dying would be a bad thing. Once again, can he die? Wouldn't risk it. Though I believe this plot of his has to be limited somewhat, no? Perhaps to the transitional period between the astral room and the dying moon. Only then could the veil between Cassiopeia and Tuat be thin enough for a ritual of such magnitudes to succeed. Send a party of plucky level 1 adventurers. Sure, they can resolve the situation. Fair.
It was the, like...
We have so many rumors.
It was like the shorts video that... Short reel TikTok, whatever. That, if you really think about it, D&D is just a bunch of unemployed people sitting around a bar looking for work. Not some, like, hero fantasy.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, go battle this guy. And everybody's like, fuck it, we need the cash.
Yeah. Scully, he's very interested in inserting other undead since he came back conscious instead of being a lifeless puppet. He tried to strike up conversation with other zombies and even unionized with them. Now he's committed to fighting for better working and unliving conditions for the undead.
They don't even have dental.
They don't even have dental. Wait, what you mean is this can only happen the night between the 35th of Cassiopeia and the 1st of Tuat? So it can only work in 4 days or next year? Precisely. I guess you can't have a ritual without unnecessarily complicated rules. It is common courtesy. Clay, I've been wondering, remember that man we saw on our way back near Morrow Castle? Yes. Do you think he might have been the same guy? I do. Strange armor sounds familiar, as does the convenient proximity to destruction. And more so, that blood of the first vampire Kyle spoke of. Part of the ritual to safely traverse the astral sea involves having an associated anchor for your destination. To find Tuat, you need something connected to him, like the blood of a vampire eternally bound to him. Yes, maybe our villain got his hands on it. Also, when are they gonna address, like, that Kyle saw the mysterious man in the shadow armor, like, his first day? And that he gave the innkeeper a letter?
That we still haven't read?
That we did read.
Did we? Oh, yeah, we did read. Took us forever to read.
You know. Perhaps he knows more of Cassiopeia than I anticipated. All this out of context bullshit is giving me a headache. Innkeep, got another drink to spare to help with all this mess? Something powerful enough to get me through this? Anything for you, Lynn? What do you want? Brawn? Brawn? Would you like... Well, we made our cursed coffee already. Let's do...
Steel tongue.
No, they need to attack. We can do a sailor's courage.
Let's go. She needs to know how to swim.
Let's see, we need... Oh, look at the little blueberries.
Blueberries.
I forgot. Wait. They do intelligence, charisma, and defense. Explode, I'm so glad they buffed Scene Partner. Steagle screams rain eternal. What'd they buff it to?
Do you feel seen on the scene?
Hot just took a screenshot. Dad? Look at her. Anyways, it's more often, I think. Also shows the aura for longer. Yikes. It screams more often? That's yikes for me. My Steve just doesn't shut up, so it's so funny. Oh my god. Kitten. Put all the strength I have into this drink. Enjoy. I think you just put parts of my sanity back together. Thanks a lot. Anytime. So, this madman, if he can't get the axe, he can't kill the spirit dragon, right? Correct. Great. Let's stop him from getting the axe then. Great idea. I know. Now, how do we do that? Well, first the necromancer needs to find it. For that, he'd have to get to Yura's realm.
Enjoy that thought.
Yeah. Thanks to the portals, that is entirely within the realm of possibility. One would simply have to journey through one of the portals to the Twilight Chasm, and then enter the endless caves through the Nightmare Realm. Nothing easier than that. Didn't Melly see some weird new boneway markers near the Twilight Chasm portal in the Moon Swamps? Could they be there to remind someone, say a necromancer, of the way to the portal? Honey, why don't you, like, go further over here?
I've tried. I'm gonna get a small little keyboard mouse pad thing.
Or when I get my big one, you could just use mine.
I mean, I got 3.
Oh, okay.
She wants your hand, or is that a hair tie?
That is a hair tie. Good luck, Butcup. They could. Good. The moon pools are much easier to reach than Boreas. We should catch the necromancer before he ventures into the chasm, and most certainly before he gets the axe. Great. Let's go beat his ass. Hold on.
Real quick. I just need to borrow this. What if you don't succeed?
I have faith in you. L3?
Yep.
I have faith in you, but he sounds powerful. How about a backup plan? Hate to say it, but you're not wrong. Thanks for looking out for us. If we don't manage to stop him from getting the weapon, we stand no chance in a fight against him. Even your divine strikes would be no match, Miss Anwar. That is true. we would need an incredibly powerful weapon to match his. Not sure if it's enough, but I do have this sword I got from my baba. Let me see it.
I have the backup plan. Hit them harder.
This is remarkable craftsmanship, infused with minor divine powers. Incredible.
Hey, yo, how'd you get the emote that big?
Todd, I don't think that card is for you.
No, that's my birthday card.
Todd. Apparently your birthday card is Tots.
Use Gigantify emote?
Oh, Todd, what is this? Oh, it's just after this. Here, play with this. But I'm afraid even this cannot rival the Great Axe in any capacity. What if it was mixed with Dragonfire? What? Do you happen to have such a thing on hand, young lad? Tots. Leave Ninja's card alone. Here.
Leave my card alone. I like how they're standing on, like, the red pad perfectly.
No, but I know where we can find some. The ever-burning flame in the Highlands is Dragonfire. The one you wanted to see, Tia. I think now might be a good time for that. You're right. Dragonfire merged with Harlan's blessed sword. It wouldn't be as powerful as the axe, but it might give us a fighting chance. If we had a master craftsman to forge it, that is. Rhea, she's a blacksmith.
That'd be great for her. Sure, she could. Todd, I can't.
Would be great for her competition, for sure. If she cares enough. You're right, there's no one better for the job.
Probably, you're right, there's no one better for the job. Todd. You've lost your desk privileges until you get back up on Explode's side.
Anyways. But I'm not done with this.
Fucking chug it.
I will. Sorry, you're right. There's no one better. I thought you would pick this one, actually.
What one?
Would be great for a competition for sure.
I mean, we want to save the world.
Yeah, but as a bonus.
What do you mean for bonus?
Funny, haha. Alright, you're right. There's no one better for the job. I'm sure she'd love to forge such a weapon, and I'm sure you convince her of the importance, Lynn. You got that right. Leave the blacksmith and recruit him to me. Very well. I'm sure Master Smith Frostgrip will be delighted with this opportunity. Having her on our side makes me even more confident that we can stop this necromancer's plans. I have the utmost faith in us. And I know the aperture and its astral portal are well protected even if we should fail. Though I don't believe we will. Because I know I'm strong enough to best this battle, and that Clay is as well. And the others too. Yes, the others too. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if the 4 of you will be enough. Don't worry, there's lots of people we can ask for help. Like you. Like me.
Ask away.
I knew we could count on you. You collect everything we talk about, right? I try my best. Could you write us up 2 quests for all of this? I think we should split our resources so we can get the backup plan going at the same time. Good idea, young man. Plus, that'll give us an excuse to have your drinks help us. Not that you need an excuse, but I appreciate you following my rituals. I'll see what I can do. I should have something written up first thing in the morning. I trust in you as you trust in us.
Not at all. Cautiously I feel like deeply is what they want us to say here. Let's not ruin the mood.
Yeah. Deeply? Yes. Deeply, and with the knowledge that together we are stronger. Look at Clay. Look at that best boy.
It's sad that like one of the things I wanted to do was open up like a tavern, but I'm like, that's so much work.
It is a lot of work. We'll see you in the morning then. Lynn comes with us. We owe you a few explanations before we make you do any persuasion work for us. You got that right. Let's go. Cannot miss out on more possible details. I shall see you in the morning, Innkeep. Thank you for all your help. Let's save the world, alright? Let's, Clay. Good luck.
Man, so fucking wholesome.
I know. Alright. We got so much shit. Okay. So.
So.
Yeah. Could always
Yes, I'm
be.
not so sure about that last one, but this should work.
I can make 3 quests. World calamity is imminent, but there is one last way to save it. The only weapon strong enough to harm Tuat and the other tree is the legendary Great Axe of Ur, and the personification of evil wants it desperately. But first he must make it through the Twilight Chasm, and for that he needs a portal. Sounds like a good location to stop him, right? Okay. So next is this one, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure, try it.
Okay. Only weapon forged in Dragonfire could ever dream to hold up the legendary Great Axe of Ur. Luckily, a temple in the Highlands houses the ever-burning flame. An ancient gift from the dragons that'll come in handy right now. And what better sword to reshape with this flame than another gift from the Realm Keepers, an heirloom passed down to Carland with heroism scorched in something or other. Okay, next. I guess... Undead, trees.
So it's either that or the stranger.
We've had that rumor since like the first day.
Yeah. Yeah, try it. I mean, the cool isn't kind of dancing, but that's kind of like...
It did.
Oh. Well, there you go.
It always dances when you put 3 on there. Horde of undead is approaching the capital. Their insatiable hunger for the local flora leads them to the exposed roots of the Ether Tree, and therefore to the capital of Themis. Since it lies nestled in the safety of the roots, there is a mere distraction so the necromancer can fulfill his true plan, but the undead still must be stopped before they hunger for flesh once more. But we're missing something.
Yep.
Hi. Boop, 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 boop.
I want to say just to be sure.
Twilight Zinnias, 32nd of the astral moon. Hi, Lynn. Good morning. Slept well? The greeting ain't gonna do and keep. Give me your best lines, I'll hear them all day today. Top of the morning to you, adventurers. Hello?
Top of the morning.
Go on. Peace and contentment be upon you, travelers. Top of the morning. Sweet water and good berries, friends. Alright, enough. You seem to be in high spirits. Not often you get the chance to work on the project of a lifetime. I'm glad you're so passionate about this. Hope you didn't give Lynn too hard of a time convincing you. Nah. Once I mentioned Dragonfire, it wouldn't have been harder to stop her from going on the quest. Was just tough to find her. Didn't take you for a nighttime soup enjoyer. I'm not, usually. I can be persuaded, though, with the right soup and company. I assume your quest for comfort food turned out successful? Not at all. It was thwarted by the shadow of the night. Dear Shria promised we shall endeavor to make shortbread another day when the sun is high in the sky and the stores are open. More information about Rhea. Rhea grew up in a realm of myth and legend, the subterranean caves, the realm of Earth themselves. Lately, she seems to be warming up to some Gaian company and even teams up with other adventurers. Speaking of warm, she's also always down for some hearty soup, but her comfort food is freshly baked shortbread. I'll need to make that sword first, though. Did Lynn update you on what's at stake? Sure did. Those sigils of alcoholic zest won't know what hit them when they see my newly forged weapon. It's sigils of alkahest. Gesundheit. So I assume you've worked out a game plan? More or less. Not like we've got a lot of info in that quest of yours. I'm sorry. Hey, you worked with what you had, we'll manage. Though that ever-burning flame of Leviathan sounds more like a myth than something real. Sounds exactly like something you need for a mythical weapon capable of saving the world. Ha! Still, are you sure you're okay with reforging your sword for this, Care? Yes, it's the right thing to do. That wasn't what I was asking about. Believe me, I know a thing or two about the importance of an heirloom. It's fine. It's just... I wonder if I'll still feel the same connection to my Baba when I look at the sword afterwards. Eventually, everything she gazed at in life will be gone. Don't you think she'd like looking at the sword of Carlin the hero? That was quite a wonderful ring to it. I didn't know your grandma.
Fair argument there.
Right? But reforging that sword with Dragonfire to save the world, I think she would have been mighty proud of you. And I'll make sure that weapon is the best anyone swung this side of the Aether tree. You have a competition to win, after all.
Ether tree?
Whatever. Exactly. I've been thinking all night about what techniques to use. The design ain't exactly final, but I'll finish it during our trip to the Highlands if I'm fast enough. Rhea, are you doing okay? You never heard of giving someone time to think?
Nope.
You seem to be putting a lot of pressure on yourself. This can't just be some simple run-of-the-mill weapon. And there's so much to decide before starting the forging process. Hitting, quenching, tampering, and the 5 Verican heat treatment techniques. And the 5... Wait. That could actually work. I'm surprised you still remember those. Certainly, you were very passionate about the method. I'm just stoked to get a weapon made by you, Rhea. If it's you, I know my Baba's sword is in good hands. You seem to have the forging part covered. Anything planned for the rest of the quest? Right. Since we don't really know much about who or what we might be guarding the flame, we're taking Hex along. Should we encounter any defenses of the magical sort. As for how to get to the Highlands, Clay and Tia couldn't come along, so let's hope Baya is up for helping us with her tree travel thing. Seems like you got your bases covered. You as the main fighter, Rhea as craft master, Hax and Baya as magical support, and Kyle as... I'm afraid I won't be able to fill a role this time, Innkeeper. I tried to distract myself, but the mere thought of dear Evelyn hurt and alone, or worse, it struck me with a torment strong enough to make even this undead heart bleed with worry. No matter what transpired between us, all I craved was to know her safe. But to allow my dear friends to march into danger alone was no less distressing. He was almost inconsolable the entire evening. I didn't want to choose one side only to lose the other forever. That's when I slammed my empty bowl of soup down on the table between us. We weren't gonna go off and die just because he took his eyes off us for a few days. And yet, the very fate had struck me several times in the past.
How much we got left? 3.6 hours. So maybe not.
Well, twat be damned if you never get to see me, Master Weapon. Doesn't matter if I have to chew my way through that tree myself. Heard the dead have a taste for bark anyways. It was as if those words washed away most of the anguish that was ailing my soul. Surely it was time to believe in the future, and to reconcile with the past I left behind, all for my most cherished people, as long as I didn't forget along the way. But we found a workaround for that. Flashcards! I just need to pull them out and be greeted by the wonderful cards prepared by me, by Rhea and Carlin. Even though they may be far from me. That sounds great, Kyle. There's one about you as well. I'm honored. Seems like you thought of everything then. Hopefully. Some help from your drinks would be mighty appreciated nonetheless. Anything particular in mind? Some fire resistance seems like it'd come in pretty handy. That does sound reasonable. We could focus on agility if we're already going that direction. Don't think we want to take whatever traps we run into head on. And add some strength as well, for anything we can't avoid. That, and the fire resistance should definitely help with forging the weapon as well. Though, the ghost berry I brought you yesterday, I wouldn't mind some invisibility either. It might give us some imaginative ways to deal with whatever challenges we end up facing. Concentrating on intelligence to take full advantage of that sounds like a good option too. Hex would like that. I bet. Knowing him, there's an equal chance of his ideas going right or horribly wrong. What?
It's not showing us some stuff in our chat here, but it is on mine.
What do you mean?
So, like, sharp redeemed, wasting points, posture check, hydrate.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't see any of that.
So, sorry about that.
If things go south, we'll need the charm to talk our way out of anything.
And then, you know,
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Otter to make that giant.
Oh, did
Otter
he do the
explosion.
large thing?
Yeah, he paid 30 bits, so thank you, Otter. Sorry, it didn't go off. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, usually it should be like right here too. So I wonder.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we do one of those.
Maybe Tot hit something.
Force blame.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Tot, Eepy girl.
Some intelligence could also help with figuring out those techniques you mentioned. And my design, I guess. Alright, and keep... You look like you're busting to help us out with this decision. Is it going to be dexterity with some strength as backup and fire resistance? Or should we approach this with intelligence, a small dose of charisma in case things go really wrong? And some handy invisibility. Well, if you're asking me...
What do you think I want?
Alright, Ninja. What are we going with?
Diplomatic solutions. Why do I keep losing the phone?
I don't know. So I'm guessing you want to go Bwayne.
Yeah.
Got it.
Brains, it's alright.
Oh, wait, no. Chose the wrong.
Look what my dad brought me.
Nice. Sorry, we are going brain with 1 charisma. So peak sunrise. Where's your baby? My little baby. Okay. Right, you want intelligence?
Correct.
Okay. Some sparkle on top. Use every infusion at least once. Woo! If you want to forge that weapon properly, it might be best to reserve your strength. Also, anyone guarding the flame should be pretty invested in the dragon's well-being. So here, to solving the challenges ahead of you cleverly. Appreciate it, and keep. I think this will put us on the right track. And with that, we're off to the Highlands. Me and Kyle are gonna go grab Hex. Before I let him check on his ex-wife. You go get Baya? Sure. Good. Alright, that's it. And keep one last line for good luck. Make it count. Mind the creaky step on your way out. Fair. Fare thee well, dear innkeeper. Kinda weird, isn't it? What is? There's going to be a battle for the fate of the world. But Elfie ain't even here to worry themselves stupid about it. They'd have loved this, I think. Not the impending doom, but all this getting together to defeat evil stuff. Make sure to tell those guys heading to the Twilight Portal to keep an eye out for them. I will. Good. Suppose it's time for me to head out as well. Stay safe, then. Always, innkeeper. Innkeeper, we have returned. I can see that, Tia. I was waiting you. Though I'm surprised to see you here, Jade. Yeah, well, Miss Holier-than-thou dragged me along. About finally doing my part. I distinctly remember you expressing open interest in our plight when we were talking to Iniko. I believe you asked multiple questions that indicated your desire to help. And I remember asking how much you'd pay, and you said nothing, so I said no thank you. And yet you didn't resist coming along. Do you have a better job lined up, Jade? Not yet. Iniko and I are eyeing something, but I guess I've got some time to kill. Perhaps Iniko can help too then, or perhaps Iniko can cause chaos on their own then.
And it could help too. Why not?
Perhaps Iniko can help too then. They better. Not sure if I can deal with Princess here alone. No need to deal with me. I can handle myself. I'd love to have Iniko on the team. Me too. I assume you have written us a quest, Innkeeper? I have. Take a look. Excellent work. I knew we could count on you. Let me have a look at that. We just have to catch the guy at the portal. Seems simple enough. We could even set up an ambush. Or be sneaky if he's already out there. You can sneak, big guy? I can do a lot of things.
Heyo.
A few years back, I spent time with some Lithic Panthers who showed me how to sneak up on anybody. I just don't like doing it. It seems a bit rude, you know? No, I don't. But I think the situation calls for a little rudeness. Agreed, it does, and for a little more manpower. You're right, Innkeeper. We should ask Iniko for help. Also, Hax suggested taking Voy along. He's great at distractions and knows his way around the Twilight Chasm, should our quest lead into it. Apparently he has family there, though I hope we don't need to disturb them. Anyone else? We considered a whole lot more, but Scully and Grace made a good point. They said not everyone is battle-tested, and that it'd be reckless to take inexperienced adventurers along. They also said we should look into more backup plans for the backup plan. I think they just want an excuse to do some research and to stay away from the bloodshed. Can't blame them. Melly really wanted to come too, but Dave said no. Is he coming himself? Of course. Made these two ask him before we got here. We need good fighters, and Kid's got some talent. I hope he said goodbye properly this time. Carlin made sure he did. Never saw a more terrifying death glare in my whole life. It was very impressive. It was. So, are you finished with your questions? Actually, could you review the plan for me one more time? It's been a long couple of weeks. Sure. So listen up. We make it to the Twilight Portal by the moon pools, and we stop our big bad evil douche from going through. If we fail that, or if he's faster than us, we chase him through the Twilight Chasm and into Ur. And we prevent him from getting that fancy axe. And if that fails, well, we stop him at all costs. Sounds like a good plan. While you're at it, Will you keep an eye out for Fable for me? Of course. Now, Innkeeper, by the dragons and all that is holy in this world, can we count on your help again? Yes or no?
Of course. We gotta make sure this world lives. We gotta think about our customers.
What
How
do
else
you...
are we gonna make a profit?
Right. I mean, we're not really getting these for money, so... What do you need? Easy. We just need to be quicker than that maniac. We should be the first to reach the portal, and we should be the first to attack him, all while dodging his counterattacks. Outspeeding him seems like the smartest option here. You're wrong. It is foolish to think his strikes won't be powerful. We need to be well protected against him so we can take him down before he really hurts any of us. Don't be stupid. If we're fast enough, he won't even get a chance to hurt us. I'd like you to say that again when you're lying in a pool of your own blood. Okay, maybe we need both. It's just the balance that counts. We could focus on a whole lot of defense but keep some dexterity in our back pocket. And maybe some of those fast infusion thingies can make up the difference. I could hasten you with some golden feathers or saber fangs. Great. Alternatively, you could give us a lot of dexterity instead with just a little bit of defense on top. And to make sure we don't get hurt, you can give us some of that frost armor skull he keeps talking about. Sure thing. I've got enough frozen pine cones left for that. I don't think Jade and Tia can make a decision without bloodshed, so could you help us out? Of course. I know just what to do.
So what are we working with?
So we are either going defense with some swiftness or swiftness with some defense.
I mean, do you have a preference for this one?
Nope.
Then give me that swiftness with some defense.
Swiftness with some defense. We can make the new drink.
Perfect.
The Last Whisper.
You know that stuff. Good.
We need to put pine cone. One last whisper. So are we gonna go through this and do an evil run?
Huh?
Are we gonna go through this and do like an evil run essentially?
Let's see.
It's so tiny.
It's the last whisper, Smoke.
You can never go wrong with dexterity. Plus, you'll be able to show off your cool frost armor when his blade shatters against it, or whatever. I knew you'd make the right choice, Innkeeper. There was no right choice, Jade. You both wanted the same thing in different proportions. And you chose the cooler one. Or the more reckless one. I'll wait outside. Catch up with me when you're ready to admit I was right. It's so tiny. That's what she said.
I mean, it is.
Alright, Clay.
It's not the size
Let's
that
go.
matters. It's how potent it is.
Clay. Are you okay? No, I don't think so. Aren't you scared? Of what? All of this, the fate of the world is a very heavy weight to bear, don't you think? What if someone gets hurt and I can't stop it? What if I can't protect you and the others and the world and the ferrets? Clay, stop, please. For a moment, just stop. I know this is scary. Truth be told, I'm scared too. My whole life has been building up to this moment. I've always been told I'm meant to save people, and if I can't, what's the point of me, you know? You are the point. I'm glad you exist, even if you don't save anyone. You're not some mythical savior. You're my friend. And you are mine, and I'm a little less afraid because I have you with me.
Da, da, da.
It's the motion of the ocean, or something. You taught me how to value myself as a person despite all the weight on my shoulders. I wish you would do the same for yourself. I promise you, together we will get through this. And we will save each other and our friends and the world and all of the ferrets. And the innkeeper while we're at it. Thank you, I appreciate being included.
I like being saved.
You're enough, Clay, or fear is a powerful motivator. Use it.
What is it?
You're enough, Clay, or fear is a powerful motivator.
Fear's a powerful motivator. Use it.
As someone on TikTok says, let's do it afraid.
Yeah. Wait, I know that guy. He has a great mustache.
He does. He's very expensive.
Well, he knows his worth.
Good on him. If you're scared they'll get hurt, channel all of your fear into making sure they don't. So, use my fear for strength, just like with anger. Exactly. Don't let him use it against you. Strike him down with it. I think I can work with that. Can we still hold hands on the way there, so it's a little less scary?
He is a gem that needs to be protected at all costs.
Of course. And remember, you can never lose me. Your bracelet will always tell you exactly where I am. And if you get lost somehow, despite your impeccable sense of orientation, mine will help me find you too. You just get lost looking. Maybe I'd have to ask Jade for help. I'd do that for you. Thank you, Tia. You're a great best friend. Oh. So are you. Alright then.
And they were roommates.
Best bud. Let's do this together.
And they were roommates.
Best of luck. We won't need it.
Because they have the power of roommates.
Because they have the power of friendship on their side. He cares as much about the people around him as he does about all the animals he meets. He knows his own strength and how helpful his abilities are. But that also puts immense pressure on him. He wants to protect everyone, but even a half-giant can only do so much. Still, it's good to see him believing in himself. You must have made them some really good drinks, innkeeper. I've never seen Clay that determined. I tried my best. I have to say, Grace, I'm surprised you're not accompanying Hex to see the ever-burning flame. She didn't want to stop studying the magic spells. She thinks they might help us solve all this. I think that might help me right now is a drink. Something that'll get my thoughts flowing gracefully despite all this mess.
Get it? Gracefully?
Give me a moment.
Because her name's Grace?
Yes. What we got? Intelligence?
The silent owls.
I think we need...
Too much? Too much?
Mm. I need confirmation.
Right?
A delicious thought to detangler, just for you. I don't think I've ever tasted detangler as delicious as this. You've tasted detangler?
Also, Nightward, did you see the link I posted in the chat a little while ago?
Melly, would you like a drink as well? No, thank you. I've already had 3 hot chocolates today. I think if any more magic enters my system, I'm going to eat the sun. There. Did you want to take the milk tea out of the freezer, by the way, so it's not...
I've been checking on it regularly.
Okay.
It's still warm.
Sure.
There's a lot of warm milk tea to thaw. Or to freeze.
On to another topic then. I've heard you formed a research team? We did. Obviously, Grace and I are the leaders, but we also recruited Scully and Archie. And Una said she wanted to sit with us and crochet while we worked.
What a great excuse to help.
She insists we don't call it helping. Of course she does. Rufus is helping us too. His wool is so soft it calms everyone down. I wish Dave would join us too. I guess he's busy fighting the mean guy. But he promised he'd be back soon, so... Would have missed it, thank you.
Here to help.
And he better keep that promise. What are you looking into anyways? Melly mentioned spells. Are those the ones Hex found in the tower? Yes, those ones exactly. He stayed up all night decoding their formulas, but as soon as he figured out what they were about, he lost interest. So I picked them up. Most of them were rudimentary, all things we already have in our spell books. But 2 stuck out to me. Care to educate me? Which one do you want to hear about first? Teleportation or soul binding?
Teleportation. We need that traversing.
One of the scrolls he found holds a powerful teleportation spell. Now, I fancy myself quite equipped at conjuration magic, but Hex finds it boring. That stand looks incredible. He picked the scroll up because he assumed the golden runes meant it was special. He was right, but I guess it didn't have enough fire for him. How is it special? I think, if cast correctly, it could get you anywhere in Asteria with incredible accuracy. Even to protected places and other planes, but I'm trying to figure out how to use it without destroying myself. It requires more mana than people usually have in their body. So you think it'd kill its caster? Almost certainly so. Still has a lot of promise. Maybe I can modify it. What about the other scroll? The other scroll... Hex brought home a glass case with a glowing floating scroll inside. After we got it out and removed all the protective runes, he was pretty disappointed. A riddle, locked glass case and protective ruins. Seems like someone did want it to be used. I'm pretty sure I know why. It describes pulling souls right out of people's bodies and binding them to objects. Completely volatile magic, and dangerous, I assume. It's been a little hard to translate. I'm trying to figure out any side effects it may have, so I can convince Hex to use it whenever he's slightly inconvenienced. Good luck with that. Thank you. Hex also brought back a lot of the wizard's personal notes, diaries and such, retellings of his exploits and his hopes, dreams, and fears. When I have some more time, I think I'll be able to do a deep dive into who he was. Maybe I can even put a little exhibition together if Voy and Inico let me borrow some of those magic items. I doubt they dare refuse you. I'd hope not. I want some magic scrolls of my own to decipher. But first we need to finish this research, just cause we need to figure out what to do if it's just nice to have something to do is all. Plus, I'll take any excuse to hear more of Scully's Everbloom stories. He's trying to figure out whether we can reverse the sigils. That'd be neat. Maybe you can duct tape them back together. I don't think so. With Archie's help, I also made this whole board where I can collect and connect all of our clues. Spaghetti. I was like, I'm reading it as typing. Don't
I
worry.
know. I just was wondering if I was having a stroke or not.
Specifically, if I've been looking into who exactly that necromancer guy could be, Clay said he noticed some flowers on his armor, and I think that might be a clue. Maybe he's a florist, or there's zombie flowers, or he wants to destroy all the flowers. I need to figure out what his motive is, because if we can figure out his motive, we can figure out who he is, and then we can figure out his weaknesses. Not that we'll need them, because Dave and the others will... What did he say? Kick his abs. But looking into it makes me... calmer? Yes. They'll be alright. Right, Innkeeper? The zombies aren't going to eat them like they ate my parents.
They won't. They might.
They're all protecting each other. He'll come back for you. I hope so. I don't want that to happen again. I miss my parents. I wish they were here to hold my hand. What were they like? Well, I remember my dad always told me bedtime stories about swashbuckling burglars. And I remember my mom loved making things out of yarn, especially socks. And they were really nice and cool, and I loved them so much. I know I can't replace your parents, but if it's okay, but is it okay if I hold your hand until Dave, Lynn, and Fable come back? That'd be nice. I feel a lot safer with them around, you know? Like I'm home again.
You're not alone anymore.
I know. You're a lot braver.
But
But enough dramatic backstory. I'm turning into Dave. Just less repressed and gay for Fable. That's funny.
I'm glad that they, slid that one in there.
Maybe it's time to head out. We'll update you on our research tomorrow, Innkeeper. But first, we're going to get a lot of ice cream. Exactly. Una promised she'd make some. Save some for me. We'll try. Oh.
Yeah, what's up, Quincy?
Hello there. It's been a while since you last showed up.
I thought something might have happened to you.
A lot of things have happened. Not all of them good. Which also means not all of them were bad either. I did end up finding those golden loon feathers quickly with a little help from Voyage. But with everything going down, I decided to stick around and help those in need. That sounds just like you. How are things with you, though? You don't need to say much for me to know what that face means. I've seen it once or twice before. Is there something I can do for you? What is there to be done, Quincy? It's like everything is in limbo. Like dancing on the edge of a blade, one wrong move and it's over. Something like that. Would it help if I asked you for a drink? Maybe. You know what always helps me when I'm feeling down? What? A good cup of Quincy's hot chocolate. Here, after all I've heard, you might need it more than me. Ooh. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Now, go
Give
on.
me your
Make me a
secrets.
drink. This one or another one. Whatever you'd like. Ooh, let's look at look at the hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. Of course, we got to do the hot cocoa.
It's new. That sounds like we need some stuff. Like, let's see.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah, that one. What does the ghost do? We can use the ghost in the hot chocolate.
Could also use this one.
No, we can't
Not
use
that
it.
one.
Yeah.
We can do crystal. We can do these lotus ones. Do these.
I personally feel that we should do the crystal. It's hot cocoa. The crystal could be like the snow. Very appropriate.
The crystals are the pine cones.
True.
Okay, so we need one of those. One of those.
And the rest of that.
One hot cocoa. It's the weirdest hot looking hot cocoa I've ever seen.
I'll take it.
Drink master. Mix every drink at least once. Hell yeah. Couldn't wait to try it out right away. Oh, you replicated it perfectly. My hands and heart are warm. Want to sip yourself? You look like you need it. Maybe later. May this drink be warmer than the currents of these times. It most certainly is. Thank you, Innkeep. Of course. So, how are you?
Bestest innkeeper.
I'm
Buying things is so exhausting. Okay, I think. I'm okay, I think.
It's hard to tell, but I think things could be worse. They always could be. We're blessed and cursed with the gift of imagination, after all. Doesn't mean the way it is always feels good.
To milady. And me lord.
No, but I'm not alone. That helps. It's been a while since I've heard you say that. Must be nice to feel that way again, and a little bit terrifying. I didn't think I'd care again. I didn't want to, but it just happened. Yes, just like that, without my consent, I might add. The heart wants what it wants, and sometimes what it wants is friendship. But I can see how that's a scary feeling.
Who would want that?
Every anime ever.
That's how you get stronger.
Yeah.
Through friendship, and then loss, and then realizing, oh, they weren't actually dead.
And then a training montage.
Yeah.
And at least one,
Defeat?
no. Tournament.
Tournaments.
I still don't know what friendship is. Oh.
I mean, you have some friendship. You played Halo with Sharp, didn't you? That takes friendship.
So many things are on the line now, perhaps more than you bargained for. It was easier when I just looked away. Would you rather look away than help your patrons, your friends? Yes or no?
It's finally cold. Or not cold, but lukewarm. Would I what?
Would you rather look away than help your patrons, your friends?
No.
But now I have to face the fear of losing them. Funny. Funny?
No. Yeah, I was asking for it. But ask Sharp how that ended.
Didn't you swear to me you were done fearing death? That you had nothing left to lose? Sometimes lying to ourselves is easier than lying to others, I guess. I'll keep my "I told you so" to myself. I just feel like I'm stuck in an endless cycle and there's no way out that doesn't tear me apart. Would it help you to know we'll all felt like that at some point in our lives? Not really, no. Then let me leave you with this instead. Love may come at the price of loss, but the inevitability of loss also comes with the reward of love. You can't lose something without having loved it. And so you should love whatever it is you fear to lose. Those are the moments that matter. The moments that make your life worth living. Besides, you have the power to step out of that cursed circle anytime. Do I? Write your own story, my friend. Don't doom yourself because you think it's what you deserve.
And glitches and lag is how it ended. It was fun though. It was. Does that mean I love my car because I fear losing it?
I forgot how good you are at giving advice. Makes me a bit nervous. Or envious.
I was gonna say envious.
You'll get there eventually. I hope so. Thanks for checking in. I think I needed that. Of course. Please don't stop reaching out. The safety of isolation is not worth the loneliness. I'll try to remember that. You better. Now, I heard the night market is close by, and I really don't want to waste this opportunity, so don't let me hold you back. Until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and be safe out there. That's what he says at the end of his videos.
You don't say.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Why don't I get a catchphrase?
So anyways, why don't I get a catchphrase? Oh, wait. Oh well. Guess it comes with age. Maybe next millennium.
Is that my fucking catchphrase?
Bye, Quincy. Oh.
Why, hello there, sir.
Hello? Is this our mysterious guy? Hello, old friend. Catch up with your old past. Greetings, traveler. Nice armor. Is it new? No. Doesn't it seem familiar? The Fowlers certainly do. Did you keep my books? You know, I imagine this place differently. It's nice. Thank you. But I thought you'd be long gone by now. After all, you like running, don't you? I like it here. Though your visit is making me consider moving soon. It's not advised to stay in one place for too long anyways. Eventually the past will catch up to you. I figured. I've seen clips on YouTube, which is where I have been like 60% of season 1. The 40% was on the internet. Fair. What brings you here, really? Kazar? You know, this and that. I paid Morrow Castle a visit. It's quite serene this time of year. What for? Sightseeing, trespassing. You broken? I wouldn't phrase it like that. Burglary is incredibly impolite. I was persistent in my approach. Politely, I knocked on the door. Unfortunately, vampires these days have no hospitality. The lady of the house greeted me with a snarl and slammed the door in my face. Not like that stopped me, but I found it quite rude. So, you did break in. Obviously, as a last resort. There was something I needed more than manners. As expected, she wouldn't give up her precious relic freely. So you killed her? I would have, but no, the rat escaped. In the blink of an eye, she dissolved into mist. I always consider that to be a vampire's most annoying skill. But at least I got what I wanted. And what would that be? Curious as ever, aren't you?
Yes, give me stories.
That's why I made it my job. What? Being nosy?
Correct.
Something like that. I get to hear a lot of things every day. People like to talk. You manipulate your patrons into telling you their darkest secrets.
I don't manipulate. I listen.
I'm all ears. What would Lady Evelyn have that you, Kazar Duskbringer, would want? Just a little blood. Ingredients for the execution of a grand design. Grand design? We were never ones to make big plans.
What is it you truly desire?
Speak for yourself.
Well, you know, friendship, commitment, not to have trauma. The little things.
Maybe times changed you. Oddly enough, you still look the same. I had to make sure you'd recognize me after all. How could I ever forget you? It seems like it was pretty easy for you to move on. It wasn't. Yet you're hiding. You ran away from everything that once mattered to build a life behind a counter in a shabby tavern. Is that why you're here? To throw your accusations around? No. I guess I just wanted one last chat now that everything's coming to an end. And I'm curious about how this old friend of mine is doing. So how are you doing, friend?
I'm full of hope for a better tomorrow. Gotta stay positive. Lie to him if we need to.
Me too. I'm just afraid that we're hoping for different dawns. We might be. How are you doing? Do you even want to know? It's my job, and my tavern is open to everyone. Your protective spell begs to differ. They let you through, didn't they? So, how about a drink? And then you tell me whatever it is you need to get off your chest. Sure. Let's see if you still know me well enough. And if you remember what I taught you. Of course I do. Oh. Andu. Charisma.
Do the spoken word or spoken heart. Because if that's what he taught us, it's the first drink we were able to make.
Andu shaking.
Guy's scary. This is everybody's reminder. The video game sale ends tomorrow. So get what you want now.
Did I do that correctly? Andrew didn't hold up the sign. And it won't let me pet him. This is the test. Steam sales stock. That being said, I got like 3 games.
Yeah. It's about what it's amount to for me.
How about this? Sweet and chatty. Not bad. Almost tastes like back in the day. Did you think I'd forget? Yes. I assumed you're as good at abandoning memories as you are at abandoning people. Ouch. It seems like people are right about one thing, though. That would be, your drinks can influence fate. They can't save people, but they can push them in a direction, alter their destiny. I wouldn't go that far. I simply do my best to support my patrons in their endeavors. Will you support my endeavors? As I said, I serve everyone in this tavern. How noble. How awfully morally gray. How opportunistic. It's like nothing's changed. I like it that way. Making decisions for people, leading them to their doom. All because you can't help but wonder what a little entropy would do. I help. You help, sure. You always like to help when it was most convenient for you, when it got people to love you. I hope all your helping has aided you in forgetting them. I didn't forget them. Oh, is that so? I couldn't sleep for months. My heart bled and bled until there was nothing left to bleed. I was alone. And by the end of it, when nothing was left, there was just one question. How could the one person I trusted with my life turn on me like that?
Skillfully.
How dare they leave me with nothing but the stars staring at them alone? Wondering whether the blood would ever wash off. And how, by the dragons and their false light, is all you've done with your freedom, this dastardly achieved freedom, this. There's still blood on our hands. It took me way too long to realize that I didn't have to give up, that I'm not like you, that it doesn't have to be their blood that sticks to my hands. This guy got crazy in his eyes, for real, for real. Damn, bartender, you're a dick. How? We probably had a good reason. They're gone. Not for much longer. Soon the star rain and the flood that washed away our yesterday will open the gates to a new tomorrow. A new horizon unhaunted by still ghosts. Khazar, innkeeper, why would you do something like this? Don't we owe it to them? The you I knew would have agreed. The me you knew was foolish. Some situations are hopeless and some decisions aren't easy. Decisions are quite easy if you set your mind to it. Say I need to tear apart Cassiopeia's wings for the stars to rain upon Gaia. An ambitious task. I could decide not to and abandon my plans because I'm intimidated by the complexity or scared of the consequences, but no, instead I choose to stick with it and get what I want. I don't give up. I succeed. It is truly that simple. If you care, you'll get it done, no matter how much effort it may take. Everyone was dead. I wasn't. Didn't we promise to always stand by each other's side, to never be alone again? We did. Didn't they deserve the same? They did. Then why are you here and they aren't? I don't know. Me either. What did we mean to...
She really likes the keyboard looking at it.
No, you didn't see it. She would...
Oh, fair.
What did we mean to you? Nothing. We meant nothing to you. The home we built, it meant so little. That's not true. Do you still ponder about the meaning of life watching the stars? No, there aren't anymore. It's better that way. It means there's no risk of getting caught up in trivial things, like getting caught up in the thought of a world without pain. Like that. So naive. So stupid.
It meant everything to me.
Don't lie to me. I've seen through the charade. Your tricks don't work on me anymore. Look at the stars now that as they lie at our feet, a declaration of your failure, an elegy to your cowardice, and a demonstration of my endurance.
You? No.
Everything is said. Everyone will get what they would deserve, even your little replacements. Soon there'll be no more but a fading memory on the horizon. Feels familiar, doesn't it? They're alive. They can be saved. They are alive indeed. What you should ask yourself is for how much longer, and if the time comes, will you run again? No. But you sent them to their deaths, did you not? I sent them to stop you. I'm aware. Which reminds me, I'll have to leave soon before your little pawns interfere with my threads of fate. Gertrude, come on. It's time to go home. Gertrude?
Is that the crow?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or bird of some kind.
Interesting. Care to explain? I sent you a little companion so you wouldn't be so alone, but I need her back now. You know I value my privacy, and I value the perfect execution of my plans. So thank you for collecting so much information for me. You don't have to do this. I don't, but I will. Anyway, I got somewhere to be. Speaking of which, my invitation, the offer still stands. Ayo, bro's a stalker. Take notes, Knight.
That's the bird shitter.
Join me and watch as I repair what you've destroyed 30 years ago. Join me to witness the renaissance of times past. I can't. My place is here. What a pity. It almost pains me to see you haven't changed one bit.
I'm glad you thought that was funny still.
I did.
I'm just over here like, what the hell?
I've moved on.
I sure haven't.
You should try it sometime.
Yeah, Mudkip.
Spoken like a true coward. It's not like I need you anyways. Not anymore. See you soon, old friend. Or not. Our bird. But I wanted to read the story. Oh please, you know what you've done. Key to any relationship, laughter and humor, and communication. What do you mean? I just don't forget about the slights one imparts upon my person. I miss the bird too.
Yes, bud.
Should we stop there?
Let's see.
We are on the Wheel of Fortune, the 34th of the astral moon.
Unless you want to go for another 2 hours. We could have like a short stream next week and just see where it leads us.
Yeah, we can do a short stream next week.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. 3 hours.
We'll finish this up next week. Oh, I should save though.
So I guess the real question is, who do we want to raid? I'm gonna have to have you wake up Tot so we can do the things. Hey girl, get up. Just doing the wake up stretch.
Come here, baby.
Subnautica, so you want to go to Takita? Well, I'm here, Night Warrior. Oh my god, this chair just sinks down. Yes, please. Let's do that. Yes, we can go visit Tic-Tac. Goodbye. That's what I want. Oh, where's my raid? Is that raid? Alright, everybody, let's go watch some Subnautica with Takita. Probably can hear me better with the mics in my face.